Hey everyone, how's it going? Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I can't. I made a video. That's not this video of my account overview. It'll get released here later, and I talk a little about my future of streaming and like what I'm committing to in the future. So hey, Cunctator, Heads or Fails, Rebelin, Nurg, Double Shooter Tank, Rowan, SWGOH. How you guys doing? So I am going to. I don't even know what the wheel looks like, honestly. But I can't commit to streaming as much as I did prior to. But I definitely feel like I can come back and still stream as much as like I can, which will probably be a couple times a week, maybe. We'll have to see. But I definitely am ready to come back, and I didn't stop playing the game. I don't know if you can tell from my account. So I didn't stop playing. I was still active in Discord and tried to message as much as I could, but it was a wild 3 months. It was definitely not the best time. So now I'm back. Yeah. So hey everyone, how are you guys doing? I don't even know where you guys are with your accounts and everything. I feel like my account has made it to endgame ish. So I do feel like I'm a bit out of touch. Hey, thanks for subscribing, Cunctator. Moi, thanks. Yeah, you proved to us that I can in fact grow hair. Yeah, I told you guys. I can grow hair. I don't know if you guys thought I was just like sensitive about it and I was lying. But no, I can. This is all like hair. It's all thick and real. You can pull it. You know, it's like it's mine. Don't care too much for it. It's not really that big of a deal for me. Yeah, I'm not bald. I don't think it makes that big of a difference, to be honest. Hair, no hair, it's whatever. I just did it before to kind of save some time, but decided to start growing it back, and here I am. You got a new GL ship, a new GL, and 2 new squads. Nice, Rowan. I'm sure there's a ton of progress that you guys made over the last 3 months. I feel like my progress, while good, doesn't seem... Oh man, I wonder why that happened. While my progress is good, it doesn't seem like it's 3 months worth when I like look back at it. Usually when I do 1 month's worth of progress, I'm like, that's a lot of progress. But I feel like the last 3 months have been, and a lot of it is just shards. Like shards is what really holds me back, because I don't whale. Like if I whaled, shards wouldn't be an issue, and then I would be able to get everything I need. But without whaling, I really am held back just by like the latest thing. So I'm just shard farming all the new stuff. And I do think people should be focusing on the raid for the most part. Like we know at least 3-ish teams that will be there now. 3, maybe 4 teams for the raids. Hey Asher, how's it going? I do. I'm alive. How are you? Long time no see. Yeah. So here I am. Just finished your requirements for Leviathan. I've been telling people before I left that they should start considering Leviathan, because you instantly get ads. I don't know, man. I don't control anything for ads as far as like my streaming goes. I could probably set some of it, but my interface doesn't even tell me. Like I don't know how streamers do it, because other streamers are like, yeah, we're getting ads, or we're gonna get ads soon. I don't know. I don't get any notifications. Maybe because I'm not using a certain plugin or something for OBS, but I don't get notifications for anything for YouTube or Twitch. Just kind of, yeah. can you tell us? I was here. I was at my house. I didn't go anywhere. I don't want to like delve too much into it just because it's like really personal. But what I can say is, so over the last few months, I developed like a medical condition, and then like I didn't know what was going on, and then now I kind of have an idea of what it is. It's not like it's like pre something, and it does have to do with like autoimmune disorders. So it just kind of developed, and I didn't really know what was going on, and it affects a lot of different things. So I wasn't able to talk for long periods of times. It was like hard for me to like talk continuously because it was hard for me to breathe, and just a bunch of different things. So it just took a while for me to kind of figure out through my doctors and everything of what was going on. But kind of it's not fully fleshed out of exactly what's happening to me, but I think I'm at a good enough place where I can just continue doing what I'm gonna do and stream and everything. So yeah, so it was a tough, like I said, it was not a break. I just kind of did things where it was just relaxing, trying to and honestly thinking about like coming out here and doing all the stuff I do for streaming and maintaining that schedule was just more stress than I needed. And I decided like, hey, I needed to take a break for my health and just focus on me and what was going on until I got through it. So yeah, here I am on the other side. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna really say about it. But I didn't really go anywhere. That's why I continue to play and do everything. But I just needed some time to kind of like figure out everything that was going on with me. So here I am. Yep. So here's my account. Have all the GLs now, all the GL ships. I have all the fleets, everything. Been doing well in Grand Arena. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know. Not that much left in my account to kind of work on. So I don't know if I'll still do account overviews. Now that if there's not enough for me to really say, I think I'll probably stop that and focus my efforts elsewhere. I will say I do appreciate a lot of you guys kind of like message me or put messages on YouTube or something just saying like, hey, how are you doing, wishing you well, or we miss you and stuff. I did read them all, so I do appreciate, even if I didn't get to respond to everyone. But yeah, but I appreciate you guys, and I'm happy to be back. So how are you all, chat? Yeah, so Okinawa, the weather's been like crazy cold, and now it's starting to warm up, so not too excited for the summer. Rainy season. It's very humid. Yeah. So how have you guys been doing in Grand Arena? Is the squish still happening? I don't even know. Let's bring up swgoh.gg. I don't even know if this squish is kind of happening anymore. I haven't noticed anything as far as like being squished or anything like that. Have you guys been getting squished or anything like that? You forgot to sign up? Classic Cunctator. But yeah, I haven't noticed anything. 2 out of 3 stopped streamers around our time stopped, so have been so lost without you. Who else stopped around this time? I have noticed that there hasn't, because sometimes when I drive home it's around this time. I noticed that there hasn't been a lot of streamers on. Oh, Lysol? Yeah, well, Lysol has a little baby, so I could totally understand that. Finally got into Kyber 2 with 10 mil on the dot. Really proud of yourself? Nah, nice. Yeah, Kyber 2, it's been happening. Really enjoyed my walkthroughs. Nice. Yeah, I don't know. I may continue doing GAC streams or something. I don't know. We'll see. But I just feel like my account is no longer a good representation of what is going on. And I'll show you my like defense and stuff. Like, I don't go crazy hard on defense, but I feel like my account isn't a good representation of like what an average account is. And this isn't crazy, right? Like, Qui-Gon, Beck, Zori, Rey. I changed this up recently. I used to go Rey Ezra, but like Rex 5's there. And my defense is still, I think, to me, light. Like if I saw my defense on defense, I'd be like, oh yeah, let's eat. But I threw GL Soka on the back. I'm using these evade crons with them. I think they're pretty good. Jabba with the Jabba cron. Some droids just as filler. That's a really good droid cron that they have, so maybe it'll do something. This stuff is new, so I ended up putting General Syndulla in here as well, and then just some kind of like filler teams to kind of bait out some stuff or maybe do something. So I don't really think it's going to do anything. Okay. I don't really think any of this is going to do much, but you know, it's here. This Omicron, this 3v3 Omicron, I got it when they halved the cost for 3v3 and 5v5. So I'm pretty happy with these low cost ones that it costs 10. I think they're a great deal. So I did put strength in numbers. I think 100% this is a great Omicron to get for 3v3, especially for only 10 mats. So I'll probably get Afras too, since they're so only 10 cost. But very happy with having this, because sometimes depending on what your enemies use, like this team can stonewall their defense or their offense if they run out of the counters. Like there's some counters that are just like gonna beat it no matter what, but if they have to use those, then it's not that big of a deal. And then defense, I go with kind of on fleets, I go with kind of some weird stuff. So I don't know how you guys have been using your executor, but this is a very good way to do it. You don't have to use the soldier here, but you can use like Raven's Claw or something. And essentially this forces out Xanadu Blood as the first reinforcement, putting out Retribution, and gets contract really fast. So you have to use Endurance or something to counter this, which Endurance will still counter it. But it makes it stronger against all other counters. So it's a very good counter. And then same thing here, like with the Ravenclaw, if you put the Scimitar here with the Ravenclaw second, the Scimitar will come out first, juice up the speed, and it counters things like the Profundity counter if they use the Mark 6. So Profundity can still beat it if they use Scimitar. If I face an opponent and they do something like this to me, I don't know what I'll do, because pretty much Endurance counters both of these pretty easily, but it doesn't counter both. And that's the draw. So if I can use my Profundity to counter their Leviathan, and then I'll use my Endurance to counter their Executor, and then if whatever else, anything else I can counter, even if it's a Profundity or something, then I'm pretty much able to beat all the fleets that are on defense. If they do what I do on here and make us choose, then you can still kind of 2-shot or 3-shot this Executor, but it gets a lot harder when this is the first reinforcement with the Xanadu Blood because of the Retribution. So yeah, I don't know. When I scout, if I see that they use this, yeah, it's countered by Endurance, but you need the Endurance to counter this Executor, because if you use Endurance here, what are they going to counter Executor with? Yeah, most do short roster reviews. Yeah, that's true. You know, they're trying to do... Yeah. So with Scout, I like to just put a tank here. But it really depends, because on the Datacron. So this is still pretty much easily beaten. So there's nothing special about this Iden team. With the last Datacrons that was more offense heavy, people would put not Shore Trooper, but let's go to the Imperial Troopers. So people would put Range Trooper in here, and with Iden Scout range and all the damage that they had with those last Datacrons, especially if they had like an R8 Iden, that was a very tough team. Like, it was very strong. It beat that team I faced on defense, and it beat my Jedi Knight Luke teams. It beat my Radis teams. It beat my what else did it beat? Rogue One. It beat a lot. It just had so much damage, and she has retribution built into her kit, and she would just kill everyone. And it was a very good item, but it was pretty much Datacron dependent. Now without the Datacron, I still, if you have something like a tank works well, but it really depends. So in 5v5 you can kind of mess with it more, but in 3v3 I do like Shore Trooper in here. Shore Trooper does have other uses though, just because he's a pre-taunt. So pre-taunts are pretty useful in the game, so you know, you could even use them with like C or something, but I pretty much like Shore Trooper here just to as the pre-taunt. But it really depends. There's no best. Range Trooper is the best for damage. Shore Trooper probably the best for just like longevity and making the team survive, because by the time Wampa ramps, like my team will easily get Wampa'd. Like I'm not even gonna lie, I'm pretty sure Wampa could beat this. There's still a chance that it can't, but pretty sure Wampa can beat that. How it is. You need something, right? You need something to put in here. And I honestly could probably put more stuff in here, because I have an absolute F-ton on offense. I bring six GLs. Usually my UFUs, I'll put Starkiller with Seer. Like I could throw in something like CLS, but I feel like CLS still doesn't do much. Bo-Katan or something, I don't know. Bo-Katan's Quadme, I could probably put Quadme on defense. The problem is she's pretty useful too, and she beats Starkiller to R9. Yeah, it's a platoon, so this is for platoons. But yeah, he's R9. So I don't know. It's hard. It's a hard choice to do. Maybe. And the problem is, I just really have to scout more. And the reason I have so much stuff on offense is I don't scout, or I haven't scouted. So all these teams counter certain things. So pretty much everything I have on offense right now, I can beat anything they throw at me with what I have. Like that's pretty much how my offense is set, is to one-shot everything. Like to literally just be able to one-shot all the defense. And I'll show you even like this last dude. Like it was pretty good. I fumbled fleets. That's why he beat me on efficiency too, but I 100% fumbled fleets. I think he would have won anyways, but this guy, he did this. So with this, it counters my profundity, and if I would have scouted, I would have saw that my profundity wasn't going to win here, and if I would have changed my fleets a little, I probably would have won if I would have scouted, just because I know profundity loses if they have the scimitar in there, and I just didn't scout, which caused me to lose, because then I had to use endurance here, which means I don't have endurance for this. So that was the... Hey Pilkus, how's it going? So that was the issue. But on offense, like I can still beat world beaters, you know? Like this Lord Vader team, I one-shot all this. Like Lord Vader with Apo and CX2, Leia, the strong Rey, Jabba with the strong Hutt Cartel, Rey, Saw, Luthen. Like this was a really, really good defense, and I one-shot it all. So top, not that difficult, similar to mine actually. My top, just like filler Datacrons. And then the back was pretty strong too, with Great Mothers, Quadme, and then this Evasion Cron with Nest, the Omicron on Zalbar, and then a Sana Staros team with Han and Chewie. What I use on the back wall? So I would have to look at my offense again. I think you thought Rey was on the back. No, Rey was on the front. Rey was on the front right here. But yeah, this was a pretty tough front wall, to be honest. But yeah, like I said, my offense, I I can, yeah, it's a very strong front wall. Like this was a very strong front wall. But I could clear it. And I knew if they have Ezra here, if he would have something like Ahsoka on the back, then my Bo-Katan Mandalore was going to be able to take out the back. And even though these are like really strong teams, I still was able to beat this pretty handily. So my ground was good. I didn't drop anything. He dropped an attack on, no, he didn't drop anything on the ground too. He dropped an attack. Did he on the ground? No, it was in fleets. So this was a 2-shot for him. So yeah, like I said, if I would have scouted, I probably would have won. But I didn't scout and I lost on fleets. The Dirty Ray team. So there's 2 things you can do for Dirty Ray. So you can go Seer Malicos Starkiller. And my Seer Malicos Starkiller is actually really strong, especially considering my Starkiller's R9 and he's modded very well. So I can usually beat this with Seer Malicos Starkiller. What I normally do though is I use Ray here, or I'm sorry, I use Leia. So I use Leia. Drogon just one-shots the Ezra pretty much, and then you kill the 2 with Leia, and that's it. If Ezra lives, it's still a hard fight, but you can still win. You just have to kind of like cycle through that big hit where Leia puts Drogon under stealth, and then just try to kill him again. But in the meantime, you just kind of like work down Ray and Ben. But this is still a really strong team. I ended up changing it because on where I'm at, like people were able to figure it out. Like it's not that hard. And the upper realms of Kyber 2, it doesn't seem like people are really struggling with it. So I stopped getting holds on it. So I'm trying to change my defense a little. So it's a good team though. Like it really is. I'm sure in like Kyber 3 down, it's like something that will stonewall your opponent if you have a really good one. Like if I was still lower than Kyber 2, I would probably keep this team up and I would maybe use Ahsoka on the back wall or maybe on offense. But Ahsoka without Ezra can be beaten by a lot. Like Bane beats it solo with just a trash Jedi or a trash Sith, or you can Bo-Katan Mandalore it. And with Lord Vader now not able to be Bo-Katan Mandalore with these, then you can it just opens up the Jill Ahsoka for other, or the Bane for other, or it opens up Bo-Katan Mandalore for the new other thing. Yeah, it's Captain Amazing with hair. But this team is the dirtiest. In 3v3 right now, there's pretty much like one reliable counter, and that's Lord Vader Bane. That's it. Like Lord Vader Bane can beat this reliably, and that's pretty much it. Like everything else is under like 60 some percent or lower, which is like maybe you'll win, maybe you won't. And it's still not that many other things. I think like Leia has a chance, maybe. I think Seer Malicos Starkiller has a chance. But Lord Vader Bane is an expensive team. Yeah, it is. But if you saw like my ground, I was able to beat all this. And if whatever else they would have threw on defense, I had good enough teams that I probably would have got through anything. So, but this is a really good team. Like these 4 right here really kind of, there's only certain things that could reliably one-shot these 4 teams, and it was really a puzzle piece. I'm like, what do I want to do here, or how do I want to do it? And that's why I did what I do here. I like Bane, Lord Vader. What do I do here? JMK. This is what I did. I did Bane, Lord Vader here. I did SLKR Darkside Rey for Leia. I did Leia for Rey. And then I did JMK with Mace on this, and that's what opened it up, like, was JMK here, and that's how I one-shot this, and the rest was kind of like very easy. It was all downhill from there, but figuring out this 4 was the hardest. And I think having SLKR not have to go to Jabba and go here was the easiest, because I knew my opponent was going to be very clean. I was like, I can't two-shot this stuff, like go and throw a Night Sisters at this and maybe win or maybe clean up Jabba. I didn't want to do that, because if I did that, then I wouldn't have had a chance to win. Like, if I dropped one battle, I pretty much knew I was going to lose. So yeah, ended up working out. But that's like the hardest part of like GAC right now, is figuring out how can I beat all these with a one shot. So, and just kind of, there's only certain things that counter certain stuff. And the big thing too with figuring out those 4 was, okay, what am I going to do with this? Because I don't have Bane, I don't have JMK, and those are my 2 reliable quad May counters. So I really had to think, okay, when I looked at his back walls, like, what am I going to do with this quad May team? And then I decided to go with Leia, or I'm sorry, Traya. I went with Traya, and that cleared that. This is easily beat with like Sith Empire through JML at that. That's nothing. I think I used Inquisitors here for this one. I don't even remember what I maybe C or something here. I don't remember. It wasn't very hard. And then the rest was like a cleanup. So, and like all this was nothing. So yeah, this was the easier part. So Malgus, this. I don't remember what I used for these Tuskens. There's a few things that beat it. My thoughts on bumping up Lord Vader. Lord Vader right now is the strongest team in the game, if you have his new Dark Side Clone Troopers. So I was in a great place to farm Lord Vader when I farmed him. I think Lord Vader is still a very strong farm. It all depends on where your account is, right? So I got to do my climbs for the day. So yeah, I just have to do one attack. So what do I think about Lord Vader as far as a farm for right now, or bumping him up? It really depends on your account and how soon you can farm those Dark Side Clone Troopers. But even right now, the only thing that's countering Lord Vader is Lord Vader with Bane. So I think having Lord Vader, and it really depends on where you are too, because if you're not facing any other Lord Vaders or the new ones where you are, and you just don't engage with it, there's plenty of counters for Lord Vader, like JML, Bo-Katan Mandalore. So if you're not seeing the really strong version of Lord Vader, then it's really not a big deal if you don't have something that counters that really strong version of Lord Vader. So if you are seeing them, then it's important that you have a counter, because that's how I play the game. Hey Tony, how's it going? You can play the game whatever way you want, but I play the game where, using my knowledge and my roster, I'm gonna try to be as efficient as possible, but I'm not going to allow myself to lose if someone puts something on defense and just hope they don't have it or don't put it. And that's why I farmed fleets. That's why I went hard on pretty much the direction that I went. A lot of it was income based, but if you are okay with losing Grand Arenas and having absolutely no chance of winning just because your opponent throws a Lord Vader with the new clone troopers out there and you just don't have anything to counter it, then yeah. And a lot of times in the lower game, or in the low to mid to even sometimes late game, you just don't have the counters for whatever. So if someone throws something on the front wall that you just can't deal with, then you lose. And a lot of times Datacrons does that with like maybe the new with the Starkiller Crons and the Raycrons back in the day. That just caused a lot of people to not be able to beat opponents, and they didn't have anything to answer for it. So if their if you threw that on defense, your opponent had nothing that they can do, and that's all that's possible. Like, that's it. So you just lost, or they lost. So I don't like that. And I think the only thing that's reliable right now is that, until we get more things. Maybe the new mace will beat Lord Vader, who knows, or maybe something that comes out in the next few months will be strong enough, and this is going to be like another tier of that, just escalation of how teams are. Because Ahsoka, I would have been really great, but you know, she's just not, like, without Ezra, she's not that strong. And I think maybe splitting her and Rey or something, I don't know, we'll see. But it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. So what should you do for Lord Vader right now? Prioritize it. I would say by the time these guys, these clone troopers become farmable, which this is pretty far away for a lot of people, Lord Vader. If you can have these clone troopers, which we need them for the raid anyways, so if you're willing to get these guys up for the raid and kind of focus on Lord Vader until then, so farm Lord Vader, and then you're ready for that his Empire team by the time that raid comes out and they're farmable, then yeah, that's a great plan. But if you're nowhere near ready for the next raid and your guild's not going to do it, then you know, that's just how it is. Pretty cool watching a Levy mirror. So there's only two ways a Levy mirror should go, Omega. It's the way that I did it, where I go second. Hey Vash, thanks for subscribing. So the way that I played it is how you win the mirror match if you go second. If you go first, all you do is you hit auto. You hit auto and you win. So if I was first, I would have just hit it auto right away and I would have won 100%. If you go second, then you play it up until where I played it, and then you can hit auto from there and you win from there. So yeah, like, it's pretty easy mirror if you know what you're doing, which is, it's not that hard to figure out. Yeah, so I will say this, and I'll do the match here if I see him. So this team I avoid in my shard. I avoid it. I don't want to fight it. If I can go around it, I will go around. If I have to do one more attack, I'll usually do one more attack rather than face this team, because it sucks. Like R9 Piet, R8 Xanadu Blood, R9 Punishing One, R9 Razor Crest. So this one, I'm like holding on, and I'm like, when I'm playing it. It is rough. It is rough. I like, every time I play this, I'm barely holding on. This is the only fleet where my Leviathan will lose to. I don't even know what my win rate against him is, but sometimes I just lose. Sometimes he just like demolishes my team, and there's nothing I can do about it. So here in like 4 minutes, I'll do this match and I'll show you guys. It is a rough match. So if you have someone in your shard like this, you know, just go around them. Like, geez, this is like a very tough executor. Honestly, if I had tons of extra materials, I would make this fleet just so I can throw it on defense for Grand Arena, because it would probably throw some people off on how freaking strong it is. Like, they'll try to Leviathan it and then lose and then be like, F this game. But this is a very strong fleet. Look at the power of it. 654. It's a ridiculous fleet. Ridiculous. Rocks my world. Luckily, I just climb on mirrors usually, and that makes it a lot easier. But you can see it's all like pretty much Leviathans for the most part. And then this one guy. I wonder if he even has a Leviathan, but probably not. Yeah, he doesn't. But he can climb all day with that fleet. That fleet just rocks us. I think he's a return player. He took some time off. Yeah, Daniel, I remember that. I remember I told you, I was like, just wait for that cron to expire, or the Rey and SLKR cron. I was like, you're gonna be in a world of hurt. and then you were in a world of hurt. Yeah, I remember that. So, hey Quentin, how you doing? Carb1. Hey Musique, how's it going? I am alive. Thank you for the resubscription, 17 months. Good to see you. Good to see you. I am alive. I had to pull a Glurmit, I guess. No, I still played the game. I didn't abandon the game or anything. I had to take a break. I had to take a break for my health. Health things. Carb1. Carb1. It's rough. Alright, so I guess I'll do some roster reviews while I'm here. I did my climb. That's all I really had to do today. Events? Is there any events for me to do real quick? So this Galactic Challenge with Bad Batch. Anyone here get the Bad Batch and have trouble doing this? So, hey, thanks for subscribing, Rebelin. No, it's not. I think it's something that will probably be maybe forever, but now I kind of have a better understanding of everything. Yeah, so I did this without the Zetas, and I recently put the Zetas on there. The last 2 Zetas I placed were on these things, and this was a pretty hard one if you didn't have any Zetas, but you can beat it. It takes a little bit of luck. Like if you're lucky, he goes all in on Hunter here. Usually if it's something like that, you can just like back out. But I was able to beat it with, I did it again with the Zetas, and it was a ton easier. But without the Zetas, you can do it. So yeah, take out something like that, unimportant. So far, all unimportant stuff. And yeah, from here, you just kind of like do damage. Everything was pretty much down here for here. If you have the Zetas, this is a lot easier. But pretty much, I just had to keep rewinding it to where I was able to just kind of take a turn, and then once I was able to like stun this dude, I could go. This may still be winnable, I don't know. No, not anymore. But yeah, but like this was not an easy Galactic Challenge. It took a lot of retries without the Zetas just to get like perfect RNG going. I didn't remod or anything, so I was able to do it. Honestly, I think it's not even like worth the effort anymore for what you get for it, I think. Okay, hey, cool. Wrecker? Yeah, well, best RNG would be if he targets your leader, because he can't die, so... And that just takes a little bit of retries. But yeah, I guess you could use that pre-taunt. Already ran out. I need to work on my... Wow, a little surprising that I ran out of mods. Because I wasn't able to farm any mods. I think I need to clear my mod space. I just have too many, like 8 speed to, I don't know, 13 or something that just like sit in my inventory. So, and the new characters don't come out enough for me to do it. Any thoughts on the updated Lightspeed bundle with the increase in relic levels and cost? Are you talking about for Ray and SLKR? Because at first I heard some people say that the increased cost of the Lightspeed bundles, and I looked at the Imperial Trooper one and the other, like the 3 that weren't GL ones, or 4 I guess, and they look kind of normal to me, like slightly higher. And then I saw the what, like $40 ones for SLKR and Ray, and I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And I thought that was like, it's still a good deal, right? Like overall, if I did not have SLKR and that bundle came out, I would buy it. I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'll buy that bundle, because it's generally a good bundle for what it is. But if you look at what you could have got before, then that's when you're like, okay, it's not a good bundle compared to what it could have been, or what you could have got from like before that. So I understand why, if some people would be upset. Yeah, I won't sell that. I understand why some people No, I don't really care for this. I'll just sell it. So I can understand why people would be upset or if they missed out on it. So if you missed out on the opportunity to get the other ones and you were like, oh, I'm gonna buy these because it's like a good deal, and then you look at the deal and you're like, well, this isn't what other people got, it's a lot worse of a deal. Wow, this is really horrible. I'll just give myself a lot more options. So I could see where people would be upset for it. Like it's not great, but I personally wouldn't be picking up a pitchfork or anything like that because the deals are different than what we got before. I don't think it's like pick up a pitchfork level of difference between the last Lightspeed bundles and the ones we have now. So yeah, like take it for what you want or what you may. I don't think it's a bad deal overall. I don't think you know, new players are being taken advantage of or whatever. I can't see the gifted ones here on this for whatever. Oh, here I can see them here. Yeah, so like this one, it's not like a horrible it doesn't come with the fleets either. I thought it came with the ships. Am I pushing Peridia to R9? F no. Hail to the no. No. So I'll say this. So the Poncho Bros are very good characters. They're strong. They're excellent characters. They're part of a raid. There's a lot of reasons to take them to R9, like Padawan Obi-Wan and Master Qui-Gon. Excellent characters. R9, they do a lot. They can kill GLs still. Like, this is a really strong duo pair, especially paired with Queen Amidala. I love them. I love the team. Love everything about them. But do I think the Peridia guys are worth it? Like, these guys suck. Like, they're not good. Night Trooper, Death Trooper Peridia, and where is he at? I chose poorly. And Captain Enoch. Are they R9 worthy? No, I don't think so. Am I hurting for R9 material? Like, no, I'm not. Would I like more R9 material? Yeah, I would. Pretty soon I'm going to start upgrading all my GLs to like R8, R9, just because I need to start getting my GLs higher level. But as you can see, like, my face is in the way. I have tons of materials, and I have tons of R8, R9 material that I can use. It's really not an issue for me. And I could make a ton more of these if I needed to. I could make a ton more of these. You know, I could buy these. Like, I just haven't bought them. And I've been struggling because the shards are what my, like, to even use this currency, I'm just kind of like dumping it as I can, as you can see. But yeah, my guild does win TWs very well. So I'm not in a huge need for it, and I think R7 is fine for them to do what they need. They'll be fine for Great Mothers at that point. But I don't want to take 3 R9s when overall, yeah, it would benefit me in the long run, but I don't want to take all that time to make 3 R9s when I need to start getting my GLs to R9. Because so would I rather have like an R8 Rey and SLKR over one of them R9? I could make all my GLs pretty much like R8s instead of having them at R7 for the cost of those 3 R9s. So would I rather do that? Yeah, 100% I would rather do that. And I'm thinking about like maybe once a month upgrading 1 relic level on a GL. So like over time I'll build all my GLs to like the levels that I need them to be, which is R9. Like ultimately I want R9 on Leia, Ahsoka Tano, and Lord Vader, and R8 on Rey, SOKR, JMK, and C would be great, is what my goal is. So I don't feel, I have absolutely no plans, needs, wants to take the Peridia dudes to R9. I don't. I'm like, yeah, over time I would get that material back, but it would take a very long time. And it's only the R9 material, not the signal data or anything I would get back either. And that signal data is like a huge cost for me, because that's a huge, the only bottlenecks I really have right now are R9 material, are shards, zetas, signal data. That's it. And I'm not willing to take that time to put into them. So I think overall the betterment of my account would be in getting these up. So like I'll probably get R8, Lord Vader, SOKR, Rey first, then R9, like Leia and Ahsoka, then R8, JMK, C is where I'm at right now. So yeah, that's probably what I'll do. Even right now, this month, May, that's R8, SOKR. Boom, done. That's my one R8 for the month. So June, maybe I'll do SOKR, or maybe I'll do Lord Vader or something. So we'll see. And that's what I'm going to start doing, is just pumping one relic level per GL a month. So like May, June, July, etc. Since I pretty much like caught up on stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do moving forward. Next, I don't know if I want to do Rey or Lord Vader. Ahsoka herself is not that good. Like, she is not that good. Like, she's good in TB. But is she R9 worthy? No, I don't think so. Surely wait for Lord Vader until you get all the new team up too. No, I don't mind. Like, Lord Vader is either going to be June or July. I think Rey is a strong candidate for June, but it's going to be one of these two, and it's going to be back to back, because Lord Vader is the counter for Lord Vader. Like, he's my Lord Vader counter, so having him stronger too is a lot better for me. Hey Johnny, thanks. Yeah, so having Lord Vader stronger right now, so I'll probably go Lord Vader, honestly, and for June, because he's like, Lord Vader Bane beats Lord Vader with the strong Empire team. Like, that's the most reliable counter right now. So having a stronger Lord Vader is going to be important to me. So I'll R8 Lord Vader, R8 Rey, and then I'll probably R9. I don't know if I want to go Ahsoka or Leia first. I'm thinking probably Leia. R9 Leia first, and then R9 Ahsoka Tano, and then finish out the rest with like Jabba R8, CR8. But my GL levels are low, and I think that does affect my hold rates. It doesn't affect it much on defense or on offense, but I think on defense, not having higher level GLs does affect how strong they are. General Grievous squad? General Grievous, in my opinion, isn't that great. Believe it or not, I do some tricks to bait people into using General Grievous. Like, I use this Empire. Who do I use? Where are you at? TIE Fighter Pilot. I use TIE Fighter Pilot with Grievous and 5s, and he inflicts tenacity down. So, and I have him pretty fast, actually, like 300. So he'll put tenacity down on Wampa, and then the separatist team can take down Wampa from there. So I have had that trick a few people. So I'll put a full separatist team of just where you at? Grievous, and I'll use B1, B2 Magna Guard with what's his name again? With TIE Fighter Pilot, and that's it. And I'll get some holds on that. And 3s, like, Grievous just isn't that good. Even with Grievous is Kron, even with Even with this Kron, even with the stop, like Wampa still beats Grievous on defense. You can go like General Grievous stop B1 and you take Wampa in there and he still beats that team even with the strong Grievous Kron that they have right now. So Grievous leads his own team. He's the leader. Like it's Grievous, and then you put him with other separatists or some other things. So like even my defense, I just have a filler for Grievous, but he doesn't hold. He doesn't really do anything. So I have him with, and a lot of people will use like BB-8 too, because BB-8 makes all droids like really fast. So this juices up the team, and then I have a really good HK-47 Kron. So I use this with Grievous because it's just a strong Kron with HK-47 in there, and then BB-8 like juices up the speed. He can do like tenacity down. So this is kind of supposed to be a Wampa trap as well. I don't know if it'll actually do anything against Wampa. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But that's the thought process between this. Make them really fast, give tenacity down on BB-8. Grievous can maybe stun Wampa or something. So did I get Sidious Kron? Yeah, I did. I have Sidious Kron. It's okay. It's a decent Kron. See, I even have the good Grievous Kron. Like I have the good Grievous Kron. It's just not good. Like it's just Grievous isn't good. Hey Kazutora, how's it going? We'll love a review on your roster. Nice. Yeah, submit for so I haven't spun the wheel yet, but yeah, people are I see some people have put in requests. So yeah, you can put in a request for the wheel. It's been a minute. Yeah. So in 5s, I'll be using this Kron, like the Grievous Kron, probably with the same team, to a TIE Fighter pilot, and just seeing if I can get a hold. I bought a lot of Lightspeed bundles. Yeah, I bought like. Did I ignore you? Is Bo's third Ami useless? Oh, sorry, I didn't even read that one. Yeah, sorry. I did not notice. 1 second. I'm in the middle of a rant, a tangent rant. The Cunctator. Musique, yeah. I'm a big boy now. I'm a big boy now. So, yeah. You ready to go, Musique? I'm ready for the match now. Give you a fair fight. Let's go. I'm ready for you. All right, so Bo-Katan, the third Omicron. I don't think you need this one. So is it bad? No, I just don't think it's necessary, personally. Like, I've never missed it. I don't think it's needed. I'm a big fan of 2 Omicrons on most characters. There's some exceptions. So exceptions to that rule, probably Starkiller would probably be good with 3. I still go with 2. Third Sister should have 2. Terran Malicos needs 3. Like, he needs 3. Every one of his Omicrons are good and impactful. It's in my Discord, Kazutora. Here. Invite people. Copy. If I can do this. Hit and use copy button. Thanks, Discord. Disable that. Invite people. Copy. There you go. In there. Yeah, so Darkside Ray, 3 is good for her. Bane only needs 2. Malgus only needs 2. Drogon only has 1. Who else? Boba Fett, I bought him. He's junk. If the Lightspeed bundle ever comes back, don't buy it. He's trash. He's trash. Utter garbage. He is the worst. Worst conquest character I've ever seen. Don't buy him. Don't get him. Don't invest in him. He has a really good Datacron right now. I didn't put these. I bought the Conquest. I don't regret it. You know what I mean? Like if I wanted to, I could get his Datacron right now, the focused one, and he would be really good. But he's trash. He's utter garbage. He's good in TW for me to clean up Lord Vader's, and that's it. Like, garbage. And Lord Vader's getting stronger. His stock is going down. Do not invest. Garbage. Fennec is fine. We're cleaning up Lord Vader's. You don't need this guy. He's trash. But I bought him, so, you know, with cash money, dollars. Other than that, that's pretty much the 3. Jocasta Nu, I don't know if I'll have 3 on her, maybe 2. Trench, I think, could be with 3. Hey, Mountain Goat, how are you doing? Glad you caught the stream. Yeah, it's been a while. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for maintaining your membership. I know it was smart of you guys to not maintain memberships while I wasn't streaming, but yeah, happy you guys are back. Great Mothers, her 2 are good. Morgan Elsbeth, there's some ones that are like questionable that I probably will get. So I'll probably get this 5v5 one just because they're so cheap at 10. So I'll probably get these 2 maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think at the cost for 10 each, and maybe I'll get her. I don't know. I'll probably get Morgan Elsbeth's just for Great Mothers, even though it's like okay. Luthen's, all 3 of his are good, but you're probably fine with 1 to 2 to 3 if you want. And the problem is, if you buy the pass, you probably have a lot more of these than you need, to be completely honest. Like, yeah, they are rare. I could invest a lot more into TW ones, but there's still some more Grand Arena ones I want before I start investing in TW ones. But if you buy this episode pass, you get, and this is really what's accelerating my account a lot, is buying this $20 pass. You get a lot of these Kyrotech. So you get a ton of Omicrons, you get 300 Kyrotech. So it's a lot. Like, you get a lot from these. So like buying this pass is like a huge, like probably the best bang for your buck you can spend consistently. I've even thought about stop spending the $10 for Conquest, because I Redbox. The amount of stuff I get for the $10 is really negligible compared to the 20 for this episode track. So if I do cut down spending for whatever reason, then I think I would stop the $20 or the $10 pass. But I think as long as I play this game and I want to invest any amount of money in it, I will continue to get this one, just because it makes Kyrotech and Omicrons pretty negligible, which is very important for like making your account better. Yeah. First, Jabba Dark. Jabba is always the first GL I say to get, and he's in my opinion, not because he's so great at doing what he does. It's just income wise, Jabba gives you the best income, hands down. He's still a good GL. Like the power creep of GLs is a little difficult. And even when I'm trying to balance my offense of like how I'm going to counter all these things, there's things like, okay, what's going to counter Rey? Or what's going to counter Leia? What's going to counter Lord Vader? What's going to counter GL Ahsoka? Like Jedi Master Kenobi, phenomenal GL, but a lot counters him. A lot of like Bo-Katan Mandalore counters him. Reva counters him. So JMK on defense, he used to be like the best defensive GL, and now he's like borderline a throw, like trash tier. So take him on offense because he's amazing. But if someone threw, you know, Lord Vader, Leia, Rey, Jabba, Ahsoka Tano, JML, SLKRC, JMK, the easiest part of deciding how to beat this would probably be JML, C, and JMK would probably, and maybe not SLKR with Darkseid Rey, he's still a little hard, but these 3 would probably be the easiest of like, okay, how am I gonna beat these? It's not even a puzzle piece. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna counter these. Like C counters JML, any version of JML handedly. But Jabba's still good. More defense. I think he's good offense and defense, but he's really good on defense. And I think his income just pushes him away from everyone. SOKR is an excellent GL. Like, if you didn't buy his, and if you don't plan on buying him in the for a Lightspeed bundle, then Jabba is a phenomenal first GL. So, but Jabba is the best first GL, like hands down. But if you're free to play and you're not spending money on Lightspeed bundles, which is, if you're going to spend any money on the game, then spending money on Lightspeed bundles is the best thing to do. But if you don't want to do that, which I totally understand, there's nothing wrong with that, then there's nothing wrong with going SOKRC. I'm not saying you need to pivot to Jabba. Submit for a yeah, thanks Head and Fails. Thanks for hanging out. So I'm not saying you need to go for Jabba right now. I'm just saying his income is transformational for an account. Like, getting the income that you get for mods is insane. Like, absolutely insane. Getting pretty much it's not even two, it's like six dot mods free every month on average. That's insane. That's an insane amount of income that you can get for your mods. Like, it's just transformational. It's transformative. So you can't, like, my guide, how I build plus 25 speed mods all the time, and I'm just like slaying my mods. Jabba and the other, of course, the other assault battles really help. The new ones, the Peridia Bros and the Poncho Bros, but Jabba is the foundation for having strong mods, and that's why he's the strongest. Like, he's the most influential GL. If you look at all the new free-to-play guides of GLs, like Arnold's, Nooch Too Good's, even mine, they all say farm Jabba, and that's because the game has changed where you can farm his requirements pretty easily. All his requirements are pretty good, and then once you get him, he's a strong GL. Like, of course there's stronger GLs, but his income is transformational to your account. Dre to Relic wise, Darkside Ray, I did R7. The R7 with her was fine for me. Yeah, so R7's fine. She needs to be survivable. If anything, I went with like high health, and I use SOKR to counter Jabba a lot, and that's kind of like is an issue with the thermals. So I'm thinking about like maybe changing it or something. I don't know. I don't like I don't know how people mod her. Her damage is kind of lackluster. I like survivability on her, but I just did R7. It's been fine for me. Yeah, it's OKR. I have him modded for not high damage. I don't even have offense primary on here. I have health just with some offense there. But maybe I should look at pumping up his damage a little. At R8, 1100 damage is really low actually. Just because I don't have a lot of offense percent, like 4%. No percent here, which is pretty not good. This is a really not good one for him. I haven't looked at these mods in a while. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I should look at a different health set or something. Because these aren't that great. I'm sure I could find a health set that would probably be better. But I like high defense too for him, to be honest. 27. Pretty lackluster. It's a lot of protection. A lot of tenacity. A lot of potency. Some offense and protection. Maybe this one would be good. Okay. This is health and potency. Potency and health. Speed. I don't know. I just haven't found or made a mod that was like, this is a phenomenal mod for SOKR. I think that's why I haven't really changed these. I'm sure I could find a circle. This is good. Okay. Yeah, I have like a lot of high speed ones, but not anything that I would want to write home about. Maybe health ones, I could switch them around. But honestly, my mods are fine on them, to be honest. Probably some better ones. It's really hard to build the right secondaries. Like this would probably be the best if I really wanted to. Maybe not to be. Oh, this one. This one's pretty good. It's on JMK, so I'll leave it there. It's a balance, but I could definitely pump up his offense some. All right, so roster reviews. So it's been a minute since I reviewed a roster. Yeah, I mean, a hot minute. Man, I don't even know how long it's gonna take me to update my wheel. I don't want to take too long. What is this? Egnards, how you doing, dude? Egnards, you've been pumping out content left and right. It's like we completely flipped. Because before I pumped out like a ton of content and then you were like weekly. And then in my absence, you filled that void. You were like, there's no content out here. And then you just like filled it with your content. So you've been, because I was like, man, I'm getting these notifications almost daily now for your stuff. It's crazy. Man. Yeah. I decided I've been wanting to come back for a minute. And like it's just life's been busy too. Like honestly, like between all this stuff for my family and my work and stuff. Yeah, some people DM me. I replied to some people. I didn't always reply all the time because it's always the same question. How are you? How are you doing? Doing okay. I'm like, okay. Yeah, thanks. But I just didn't want to have that conversation like a ton of times. So yeah, here I am. All right, let's update this wheel. I don't even know. I did think it was funny because sometimes I didn't make content for like a while and people would still post like ridiculous questions asking me stuff. I was like, oh man, I haven't like done anything and you're asking quite a lot. Night of Knee, how are you doing, dude? Used to lurk a little bit. Yeah, so Night of Knee is a content creator. I see you posting your stuff all the time. How's it going, dude? Thanks for the quiet support. All right, let me open up my my document. With hair? Yeah, upgraded model. So, oh man. Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know how much I'll be streaming and everything, but yeah, absolutely. Oh man. My Excel, I gotta pump in. All right, so what is my login for this thing? I don't even know. I'll have to fix this off stream. It's been a minute. In 1 second. Let's see if I can fix this real quick. If I can't, then I won't. I think I can. I think I can. Brother. change it. Okay. Sorry, I can't see what you guys are saying if you are saying something. I apologize as I'm trying to fix this thing. Let me move these screens over. Alright. Big turnout. Honestly, I cannot see any numbers. I have no idea how many people are streaming. Hey man, how's it going? Trevor. Yeah, thanks. Thanks guys. Thanks for the support. I do appreciate it. Always happy to hang out with you guys. Yeah, the Discord is a pretty big Discord. Pretty active. It's a good Discord server. Honestly, good people. Sometimes there's a lot of just randomness. All right, so I'm just gonna go with what's on the wheel right now because there's still a lot. So, and then I'll update the wheel later because I need to go through my Excel document to do that. Here. So this stuff is old, but still, if you requested before, you should be on this one. What do I do? It's different though. Customize, new open save, share. Let's see. Oh, nope, not doing that. It's like lagging my stuff out. Alright, so even the wheel is new. It's like been updated. So I don't know how to make it be smaller. Okay, there you go. Alright. So here we go. I'll just spin this bad boy. Let's see who we get. See who we get. Babu Frick. Hey. Yeah, what a cool name. Alright, cool. Let's make a timestamp for this dude. Exit that. You just wrote yours? Nice. Sorry, I won't be able to get to it right away. I'll continue doing roster reviews, so if you put in your request right now, I will update it. I just have to update my Excel document, so you'll just have to give me some time. What a long name. How many Y's is in that? 4? What a ridiculously long name. Was there really like a Babu Frick A or a Babu Frick Hey with 1 Y? Or, you know, is the 14322222139 really necessary? I don't know. One will never know. Unless I ask him. He'll probably post in the comments like, how dare you comment on my name? January? He just had to wait 4 months, 5 months. January? That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Is he still playing? Yeah, he's still playing. That's good. Fist of the Vader. I feel like I've seen that name or this skill before. OG Fist of the Empire. Hey, Knight of Knee. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Surely I just restart the list? Why? Why would I do such a thing? There's people who've been waiting probably a year now. 8 months or something. I don't know. So I don't want to just leave these people behind. Plus all the people who've been waiting for months and months and months. Like, look, you want me to just tell, scroll up, Dre, sorry Dre, it ain't all about Dre, or Remiser, or I think I've done Diggers. Din Desjardins, I've done Is. Do you want me to tell all these people? Sorry, Asher said, your requests are no longer needed. No longer wanted. No. No, I'll still honor my list. There's no reason to restart it. No reason. All right, so Babu Frick, hey. 30. I feel like with this, you should be able to get higher than 30 because this can still be Leviathans. I do know the mirrors suck, so I could understand if you don't have like a way to beat mirrors. Honestly, if I had to beat a bunch of executors on mirror matches or something, I probably would bring endurance and just do the endurance climb and then switch to this for defense. If I had to, probably is what I would do. Just because the mirror matches are pretty toxic too. All right, 8.4 million GP, 5 in characters, 3 in ships. How many galactic war battles done? 13,000. So 3-ish years played. It's a good amount of galactic war battles played. 3 years. I think that's like close to how much time I have played. I probably have like 3.5 now. All right, so 3 GLs, 1 GL for each year. Ray, SOKR, JMK, 5 Zetas. I do think 6 Zetas on Ray and SOKR. Like 5 on C is fine, or even probably 4. But 5 on SOKR and 5 on Ray is like, these can be pretty good too. I still think they're worth getting. I would get them. I did get them. So I would say finish the Zetas. A fast 7th sister, 314. It's okay. Do they have Inquisitorios? No, only the Grand Inquisitor. So they're farming Riva right now. They're being bros. They're being nice to their guild, farming their Rivas. There, that's good. All right, let's see what they have here. So just Executor. Endurance, do you have the Galactic Republic? You have the Marauder. So I would say you can counter Executors with this. Like, you should still farm your BTL Y-Wing. It's a pilotless ship. You should farm all the ships. But with this, you can counter with Endurance. You just go Marauder, Mbaran Starfighter, and Rex's ship starting with Endurance. And then you have, you bring in Plo, Ahsoka, Anakin, and the, where are you at? The Ebon Hawk. And just watch a video. Do you know it has a great video on it? What was I saying? What's his name? It's been, honestly, a lot of my memory is eroded. It's just, I just haven't accessed all this stuff. So it's not readily available, just like right here for the taking. But Bit Dynasty has an excellent video on Endurance. So honestly, sometimes when I play GAC, I'll Google his stuff real quick and I'll rewatch the videos. Just, I don't have to now. Swapped hair for Alzheimer's. No. So I would say in the Endurance, and the problem why it took a little bit to figure out, or like to really memorize, is because for a triple attacker you need the Negotiator. For the Hounds 2 starting, you need the Endurance, and it's a little different for each of them. So I only do one of the I only do the counters when I do Grand Arena. So that's like once every, or 9 times a month, I'll do either the negotiator or the endurance, and it's not enough to really memorize if you're like constantly going from like, okay, negotiator this time, endurance this time, and so I would have to refresh myself. But I think now I have it down. But the endurance is really good, and you should have that. You have that available, so you can climb with it, especially since you have the Marauder. So this is the key to that counter. So that's all you need. I would take the relics a little higher just for the ship. Like relic 1 is probably okay, and you don't need the 6 mods, but this is a really good ship. And the power of this ship, the damage it does is really key to that. Because sometimes like, oh, do I still do paid reviews? Yeah, I'll still do them, Quentin. Hey Caleb, how's it going? Yeah, I'll still take premium reviews. So the power of Marauder is the key to that. So taking up to relic 5 probably isn't that much for 3 characters. So I would start doing that endurance counter and invest a little more in your Marauder just to make it more reliable. So it looks like he's farming Leviathan. Yeah, maybe. I still haven't gotten to like where he is or what he's been doing. Mark 6 is still good. Yeah, endurance is good. So I no regrets. It honestly, for my strategy in most endgame strategies, like the endurance is very important, because to reliably counter the executor, you pretty much need, well, maybe the negotiator, but most people put the Hounds 2 starting. So endurance is key. Like it really is key. It's worth the effort of putting into it. I would still upgrade these abilities too for prestige, because you need them. Like you use them. If you use them, they should be upgraded all the way. So something to think about. Probably help in the mirrors, because I know the mirrors suck. I know, and that maybe that's why you're 30. But just do your climbs with endurance or negotiator, and then switch to executor. And if you're facing anything other than a mirror, then you can use your executor. Like if it's a Leviathan, use your executor. If it's a profundity, use your executor. If it's a executor, then use the endurance. All right, so it doesn't seem like this dude's buying a ton of bundles. It's possible that a lot of this stuff was just farmed, believe it or not. Maybe some. Ray's probably was a bundle, because there's a lot of just random stuff here that's not, that you would normally see in most accounts, but it looks like this is pretty free to play. All right, so regardless of where you are, so you have Jedi Knight Cal Kestis. It looks like you're very heavily TB focused and guild focused, which is good. You don't have much effort into Bo-Katan Mandalore, so I would farm the shards for Bo-Katan Mandalore. Even though she seems like she's not as good now that she won't reliably count the good Lord Vader teams, she's still excellent. She counters a lot. She's still top tier, and the income you get from that Kyrotech is huge. Like I pretty much don't have to worry about Kyrotech anymore, because I buy the $20 pass, and then I have Zepho and Mandalore. So that access to that is very huge for your guild if you guys can push for it. And if you're at 8.4 million, you should be within the realm of like starting to prepare for that stuff. So Bo-Katan Mandalore would be a priority. Another priority for me would be the Poncho Bros. So not having them whatsoever is wild. Like wild, wild, wild. If you've been playing for the last year and some change, not having Padawan Obi-Wan or Master Qui-Gon, for one, like raid characters, so like Kelleran Beck is a raid character, Padawan Obi-Wan is a raid character, Master Qui-Gon's a raid character, and their income is huge, like second only to Jabba. Like not having these guys R7 minimum is where you should be. So Padawan Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon would be a huge priority for me. Like sometimes I even pair them with JMK if I have to give Commander Ahsoka Tano to someone else, then I'll throw in Padawan Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon with JMK and TB, and it works really well. So they're a strong duo. They work excellent in Beck teams. They work excellent in Qui-Gon Jinn teams. They work excellent in Padawan Amidala teams. Pretty much the only Galactic Republic team they really don't fit in is Gas Fava first. But excellent team. So duo. And I get you're probably like, well, I don't have Queen Amidala, but they're still good without them, just for their income. So that would be a priority for me. Master Qui-Gon, Padawan Obi-Wan is a huge priority. Definitely. Cal Kestis, R3. Like, he doesn't need his Zetas. Mine doesn't have any Zetas, and he does his job. But R3 Cal Kestis, great investment. Great investment. Like, he elevates all the teams he goes into, and you have a Rey. So if you put him in a Rey team, he elevates that team. If you put him in a Seer team, he elevates that team. If you put him with a Star Killer team with Emperor Palpatine and Mara Jade, he elevates that team. He makes them survivable so that you can counter Reys. So if you're having trouble countering Reys that doesn't have, like, of course it's not going to work against the ones that have Ezreal, the Ezra Exile. But if you're having trouble with like Rey, Ben Solo teams, having Cal Kestis in there with that Star Killer team makes them a ton more survivable, and that makes a huge difference. Like getting full banners pretty much for Reys with the Star Killer team, where before it would be like iffy and less banners. So R3 Cal Kestis, instant yes. If you have him, I would also prioritize Terran Malicos. Like Terran Malicos, if you have a Seer Junda, is an amazing team. Like an amazing team. And especially Seer Junda, Star Killer, and Malicos, they beat so much stuff in the game that right now there's just like an insane height. There's like, of course we have an incredible depth because rosters are huge now, but you also have to account for like the height of rosters in Grand Arena, and having access to Seer Junda, Terran Malicos, and Star Killer gives you incredible height. Yes, it's a huge investment, like 3 with Terran Malicos, probably like 2 with Star Killer, and 1 with Seer. That's 6 Omicrons on one team. That's excellent. Why is Rey faster than SLKR? We haven't gotten to the mods yet. But yeah, but Cal Kestis, great character, would take him up. He's already gear 12, just R3, so that you can use, and he's very survivable. You don't even need great mods for him. So easy win right there. What I would do. So Bo-Katan Mandalore as the Poncho Bros, Cal Kestis, easy farms that you should knock out. And you also have to think about the new raid. What is your plan for the new raid? So right now, we just know it's going to be like these old Bad Batch, these old Empire, or the new Bad Batch, the new Empire, and then Jedi Vanguard. So what are you guys doing to plan for the raid? If you look at like my hierarchy of needs on the bottom, raid currency. Raid currency is everything for progressing your account. So you have to start now. Like the raid's coming probably around like June timeframe. That's like 2-ish months that you have to get ready. And the best thing that you could be doing right now is, if you did it, was Jocasta new. Yeah, you can get that up and running. You can start gearing up the Oppo CX2 Disguise Clone Trooper. You can be farming or almost done farming some of this Bad Batch, this new one. And honestly, everyone should be farming at least one of these premium new teams. Like Empire is the easy one, but you can't really farm it right now. So Bad Batch is like our only option. Like the raid is announced, the only thing farmable right now, Bad Batch. And Jocasta new, which you either have her or you're about to get her. And if you're just starting right now, you're way too far. So you got to plan for this too. Like, what are you going to do for the raid? You're 8.4 million GP. Are you going to go back to the Sith raid? Like, what's your plan? You know, what is your plan? You have to have something. You got to do something. So, and relying on the dregs of whatever the trash characters you can get to maybe pull something probably isn't going to be great. So we already have 3 teams. They're all new. So you got to start. I've been doing a refresh into I do one refresh on them because I'm almost done with Omega. I'm done with Hunter. I'm almost done with Batcher, and then The last two is going to take some time. So Wrecker hasn't been out that long, and Crosshair is soon. But you could be almost done with Omega, Batcher, and Hunter. Like, you should be done or almost done with these three, and then you should just be farming these two. So yeah, but it all depends on your income, what you're farming, and of course I'm in a different place, but you should at least be single farming them, at least, because you need raid income. You need it, and unfortunately, this new raid seems to be like way pushing us into new content, and you gotta choose a team. Like, you have to choose a team. So something to think about. But yeah, but that's what I would recommend for this account as far as like farming pathway. Prepare for the raid, farm those characters I said. All right, let's look at some mods. Ray, this ooh. What is this? Crit chance? Crit damage? No. No speed. Hell to the no, no, no. This is, whoa, this is modded crazy. This is crazy. Man, guys, right off the bat, I'm gonna be hit with mods like this. I spent 3 months away, and the first thing I come back to is this? This? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You feel me? God, 59 speed, primary protection. Like, look at her protection. She has like 30,000 protection, and that's with protection primaries. Like, it's crazy. Craziness. I can't even give a master class on why this is also wrong. It's so wrong. This guy probably hates Ray. This guy's probably like, Ray is trash. Ray is garbage. She's the worst GL. She's not all the Jedi. She's all the garbage. That's what this guy probably thinks about Ray. Oh, like, this is trash. She can't do anything. That's what this guy probably says. So, like, you kind of got it right with the offense set. Yeah, offense is important for her. She wants offense. She needs offense. She needs a lot more damage than this. Like, minimum 10k minimum is what you're looking for. So you need more health primaries. Health or offense. Like, health. Definitely not crit damage, not crit chance. So it should be an offense set. And then even the arrow should be health or offense. And I really don't think you have the mods depth necessary to build like strong Ray sets. Like, Ray's mods require like specific farming for, because it's so hard. Like, it is really difficult to build, and I'll go over my Ray mods after this, but it's really hard to find the mod set for Ray. You don't just accidentally like stumble across some Ray mods. You're not just like slice. Oh, hey, look, a Ray mod. Like, you pretty much have to like target them, because the stats she needs are like so niche, and then they have to be very well rolled. So you have to like roll a bunch of what she needs to possibly get what you need. And this is like utter garbage. It's bad. It's just horrible. He's hitting us with the, yeah, so 50s seems to be the speed. So first, right off the bat, you need to watch my mod slicing guide. Just right off the bat, like, that's what you need to do. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So if you go to like my Discord here, I have some like recommended mod or guides here. So building plus 25 speed mods, you need to watch this. Like, you need to watch this on how to build good mods, because your mods aren't good. They're not where they need to be. And then even watch my whole mod playlist, because you need some help. You need some help bad. But yeah, so yeah, but yeah, protection, no speed. This is insane. These are some of the worst mods I've ever seen on a GL. This is like when I first started streaming, and then no one really knew how to work mods all that well. This is what it takes me back to, where like just the worst of the worst. I haven't seen mods these bad in a very long time. Very long time. This is atrociously bad. This is the worst I've ever seen. I don't even know if I should like just, yeah, the luster is lacking on these mods. I don't even know if I should tell you exactly what you need to do, but like, because it's so your foundational knowledge on mods is so low that I feel like I would have to sit here for like a very long time, just to explain how bad these mods are, like, and break it down. And I don't feel like I should do that right now. But like, offense or health here, primary, health primary here, like crit damage here, like an SOKR without a crit damage triangle is a fool. Like there's no reason to it. No reason. Even if you go full health, like you still want that crit damage triangle. He crits. Like this man crits. This guy crits for a living. This guy crits all the time. He is critting. ABCs. Always be critting. That's what this guy lives on. And you don't have a crit damage triangle on him. You don't need a crit damage set because you still want him fast. So a speed set, you can go health, defense, whatever on your third, just not a crit chance, ironically, because he crits. ABCs, always be critting. If he can crit, he will crit. So crit damage here, speed set, you can stay with this health set. Like honestly, this is probably the best thing you have here, and it's not good. It's not good. It's okay. Like if this was the worst mod on your SOKR, I wouldn't think anything of it. I'd have been like, okay, yeah, you're just working on a diamond, not a big deal. Has some offense there, some speed. I can dig it. Can you dig it? I can dig it. But the rest is utter garbanzo beans, just garbage. This one could be. Hey Quentin, thanks for the super chat. I'll get you next. Let me add you to my list. Just make sure, yeah, over $5 is fine. I don't know what that symbol is, but I assume it's like equatable. I'm not like a penny pincher here. So yeah, so Quentin, just drop your ally code. Make sure you put X's in between. Yeah, but always be Quentin. This is just, man, this is bad. I'm kind of scared. At least you have matching sets, you know what I mean? Like, you know that much. Yeah, these mods are just atrocious. This one's a decent mod, actually. This one's okay. You can 6-dot this one. That would be alright. Trash. Garbage. Oh, these are pilot mods. This is not good. Tenacity and potency. Like, this guy does not care at all about tenacity or potency. And it's on a crit damage arrow. So this is still a pilot mod, believe it or not. Even though it's like speed. Like, this mod, if you look at it like on the outside, just a quick glance, you're like, yeah, 6-dot mod, speed arrow, yeah, whatever. But if you look at it, like, you really, like, you take your eyeballs and you stare at it intently with the intent of really analyzing this arrow, it really shines on just like how crappy this arrow is. Like, flat defense, flat protection, tenacity on a crit damage, what a wash. Potency, 2 hits on potency. The only thing that could even be remotely close to useful would be, yeah, that's definitely enough, Quentin. That's no problem. Yeah, well, a great head of hair. Yeah, thanks. You all doubted me. I know you guys did. You guys were probably heard me when I was like, hey, yeah, I can grow hair, guys, if I wanted to. You guys were like, right, I'm sure you can. Got it. Yeah. Yeah, it was funny. It was funny when I during my break, Scribe, I think it was Scribe mentioned me for something in one of his videos, and he was like, and he's bald. And at the time, actually, I was not bald. I actually had hair. So I laughed pretty hard in my car, like driving by myself, just watching his video. I was like, that's pretty funny. I was like, I actually have hair right now, but that's good. Yeah. So yeah, this is not like, this is good. Ironically, the one mod that you should 6-dot is the one that's not 6-dot. This is like peak. I don't know if he like made this account just to mess with me. You know what I mean? It's like he specifically made this account to mess with me, and he's been sitting here for playing horribly for 5 months. Like, when is this guy gonna look at my account so I can start playing for real? That's what I think. is what happened here. Like he's just like strategically made this one because he knew I was gonna look at his mods, and he's like, this is gonna throw him through a loop. He's gonna go through some loop-de-loops here when he looks at my mods, and he's like, I'm gonna get him good. I'm gonna get him so good. And then he sat there for 5 months like, man, this is really hurting me. Can you please look at my account so I can start playing for real now? Like that's what he had to do it. Like he's playing me. He's playing the long game. You can't even fathom the layers. I was playing checkers over here, and this man's playing Go. Research Go. That's what this guy's playing. He's playing Go. Like if you look in Asian countries, not even chess. He's playing Go. And I'm playing checkers. Like this dude outclasses me. Good job. Good job. Omega, thank you. I got you, Omega. Make sure you put sorry. He's playing sorry. Yeah. All right. Yeah, but offsets, it doesn't matter for this. Protection. So it looks like what is this? Like he has to be playing with me, right? He has to be playing with me. Like, look at this. 23 speed on a square. And then you come here and you got 7. Not $5. Like this guy has to be playing with me. I guarantee you, if he is in chat right now, he would be like, my GLs do what they need to do. That's what they all say. Like people who have like horrible, like atrocious dog tier mods on their GLs are like, they do what I need them to do. And I'm like, well, what do you do with them? They're like, I don't know, man. They like sit on defense, or they beat non-GLs. And it's like, yeah, of course. Like you can go. I played my characters with like no GL or no mods sometimes because I forget. Like I remod for whatever. And it's still like does what it needs to do sometimes. But you're not like, if the game's on the line, they're not going to or if you want them to stonewall the enemy, you need good mods on GLs. Like my best mods are on my GLs. Like 90% of them. Like I prioritize my GLs. Grandmaster Yoda. Decent mods. What is going on? This guy has to be playing me. Crit damage on. All right, so here's a fun learning thing for. So good damage, right? But if you look at the critical chance here, he uses special offense, so he has 28.3% crit chance. He would probably do more with a crit chance triangle than a crit damage, because Yoda is not ABCing. He's never critting. He's not following the ABCs. Like you just do a ton of damage. That's what you do for Yoda. Like a crit offense triangle. It doesn't even matter. Like I don't know why I'm talking about Yoda. Probably because he's the second fastest in your account. But it doesn't matter. I steal mods off Grandmaster Yoda like it's cool. Grandmaster Yoda is probably the most remodded character in my account because he's good enough to rate like decent mods, but he's also bad enough that I feel great taking them and giving them to better characters. So yeah, whatever. You want a fast Grandmaster Yoda? That's cool. Whatever. But offense triangle, my friend, and give this to someone else. You have a Grand Inquisitor. Give it to Grand Inquisitor. Crit chance. Crit chance. You have an offense set here for some reason. You have 3 speed mods on him and 1 offense and 2 health. What is this? What is this? Like, put an offense set on Grand Inquisitor. Take this one. Give Grandmaster Yoda's offense set for this, like Grandmaster Yoda's, Grandmaster Yoda's, Grandmaster Yoda's, and then give him an offense set. This is insane. This is madness. Change this too. Maybe give him Grandmaster Yoda's for this. I don't know. Maybe just give all of Grandmaster Yoda's mods to Grand Inquisitor, and that'll probably fix it. This is crazy. Madness. This is madness. This is nuts. This is nuts. All right, I'm done. I'm done with this. All right, but I just want to say this comes from the bottom of my heart. You know what I mean? From the bottom of my heart. I'm not here to to rag on people or anything. Hey, Omega. Can you drop your ally code in chat? Por favor. All right, Quentin, I got you next. But man, here let's look at my geo. Like my geo mods aren't the best in the world. They're not like, they're okay, but they're not like top tier. They're just like decent. So SOKR, you just want offense, right? Like some health, primaries, you want offense, crit damage, triangle, speed, you want them fast. I say over 580 speed, what you need. Don't have to look at Lord Vader right now. No. Ray. So Ray, over 200k health, 10k damage, what you're looking for. Speed over 500 ideally is what you need. So that's like the bare minimum. If you have that, that's all you need. Like Datacrons and other team members will elevate Ray, but she needs that foundational of at least 10k damage, 200k health, 500 plus speed. You can kind of go extremes if you want to. Like I've seen people with like 14k damage and like 1600 health or something. You can do that if you really want to, or like slower speed is okay-ish. I still think like over 500 is ideal. So yeah, and then JMK, you want JMK modded the same way that you would mod SOKR. So health primaries, decent speed, crit damage triangle, over 10k damage, I guess. But his isn't as important too. Like you can really mod JMK whatever and he'll be okay. He has a really strong kit, a really strong team. You have him with Commander Sokatana. Alright, the average for Kyber is 132k. Do I either work or have worked with the Spanish Portuguese? No, I am Mexican. I'm Mexican Knight of Knee, so I grew up speaking very little amounts of Spanish. So but no, I like, my Spanish is not very good. So not very good at all. Muy mal. So, but I am Mexican, grew up with it. Just never really. Am I still doing it? Yes, CR Sonic, I am. Depending on how much time I have. All right. Omega. Oh, you posted yours. Quentin, did you post yours? Here you are. Okay. I got you both. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Omega. There. Okay, so Quentin. Cinco de Mayo. Yeah. I did not celebrate the 5th of May. I think I get it's like a Mexican Independence Day or something, right? But it's kind of a funny holiday because it just means the 5th of May. So I don't really celebrate it personally. And two, I live in Japan, so definitely no one celebrates it here. It's not even like, there's some holidays that are like international famous, like Christmas or Halloween or anything that really gets like publicized in Hollywood. Even like 4th of July, people kind of like world round know that's when Americans go party hardy, you know? But I don't think Mexican holidays are that famous. I don't know, internationally. Definitely not here. All right, so Clan Beroya. Jabba, you got the Leviathan. That's good. You're getting good good income with Leviathan. No profundity. Raven's Claw. So let's talk about Raven's Claw. What do they celebrate in Japan? Japan has a bunch of holidays. They actually just celebrated Golden Week, which is like a string of holidays that they have. So Golden Week just ended. So yeah, so they have a bunch of different stuff. They celebrate the Emperor's birthday. And it's a bunch of other holidays that the Emperor set too, or national holidays. Yeah, well, the The exchange rate on the yen is really low right now, so it's a great time to visit Japan because the yen is actually really weak, so your dollars will go a long way here right now. So let's talk about the Raven's Claw though, and what use it has other than in the Home 1 fleet. So you can use the Raven Claw to place with the Leviathan, or you can use the Raven's Claw to place with the Executor, and it actually puts a stronger defensive team down. So here, let me show you, because the big thing with fleets is we've all fought these fights a million times. So the Raven's Claw has no priority for reinforcements. Same thing for the Geonosian Soldier. So you can, and same thing as the Bomber, but the Bomber is actually pretty useful, so you don't want to put there. But you can use the Raven Claw and the Geonosian Soldier here. And what it does is it makes your opponent not know what you have here. So if you have 2 reinforcements here, unless they scout you, they don't know if you have the Scimitar or if you have the Fighter and the Mark 6, or maybe the Scimitar and the Mark 6. They just don't know. But if you only have 1 here, then 100% they know you have the Scimitar. Or if you have only 1 here, they know that it'll probably just be like Xanadu Blood. So when you have 2 here, it does kind of like open up a bit of mystery on what is there, but it always forces this first one here. So Scimitar will reinforce first here, and then the Xanadu Blood will always reinforce first here because these have no reinforcement priorities. So having the Raven's Claw is a useful ship in that use. Same thing as the Soldier. So don't feel like you need to throw in 4 Sith ships here. It's a weaker defense, and then you can use your Mark 6 with your Profundity to counter Leviathans, because that's a reliable part. As long as your opponent doesn't do this, then you got to use the Endurance, because this is a really strong lineup. If you go triple attacker here with Xanadu Blood, then you can burner it, and then you can come in and beat it with like the First Order lineup. Where if you burner this, it's still hard, because the first thing that is going to happen is the Executor is going to put taunt on Houndstooth, and then that'll protect your punishing one. So you really can't burner this lineup as easily as you can burn the Xanadu Blood, because if you throw in the Xanadu Blood here, I can burner it, and then it's dead in the water. Like it's just done. It used all its specials, and then you can come in here, kill the punishing one really easy, and then from there it dies really quick. So, and then it makes you use Endurance. So you have to pretty much use Endurance to beat this fleet, or the Leviathan. And then if you do that, then if you have the Leviathan here with the Scimitar, you can't use the Profundity to counter it unless the Profundity has Scimitar, or if they use a Leviathan. So you're closing out certain counters and trying to force them to use Endurance on one of these, and then they have to struggle to counter the other, is the thought process here of why my fleets are this way. So, are reviews paid, sir? Hey, Cordy. I do have premium reviews and I have free reviews. So if you want, you can submit for free reviews in my roster reviews, or if you want a faster one, you can submit for premium reviews. So I do both. So yeah, so these are why I do that. So do whatever you want with your fleets, but that's why the Raven's Claw, even though it seems like a legacy thing, and same thing as the Malevolence, there are some ships that are still useful in them, and then you don't really lose anything by putting them at, because you still have like the Malevolence is still 99.999% effective without the Soldier, and then same thing, like Home 1's a trash fleet anyways. So if you're hoping for us, if you had to use all your fleets, yeah, you'll lose the Home 1 as a cleanup fleet with your leftover rebels after you use the rest with your Profundity, but it's still, it's better overall to do that, in my opinion. Which account is this? Is this Quentin's or Omega's? Whoops, wrong account. So yeah, so that's what I would say about that. Don't sleep on those ships, even though they seem like they're not as useful. They're still useful in my opinion. So just something to think about. All right, finding your stuff again. I think it was higher. Wait, here you go. All right, so yeah, that's why I do that, Caleb. So it's up to you. You can still use triple attacker, but if you want them to use their negotiator, but it's just, you have to decide something. Profundity at 7 stars counters Leviathan with the Mark 6 or with the Sith. So if the Leviathan has the scimitar starting, then you can take your scimitar, put it on your profundity, and that'll give the profundity the speed boost it needs to counter Leviathan. So that's what I would do personally. If I had to, I still wanted to put Leviathan and Executor on defense, then I would probably change what I have here and put the Sith Fighter and the Mark 6 for the 1 and 2, and then I would put my Scimitar for my profundity so I could still counter the Leviathan. Yeah, that command doesn't work in YouTube. It's higher up in chat. I posted it. Here, let me copy and paste it again. But I had posted it in chat. Yeah, it's in the video description too. Can a 7-star over Leviathans? Yes, it can. Over Leviathans, but it can't over Executors. So it doesn't counter the Executor. But if you climb on Leviathans, you absolutely can. Like in Grand Arena, I use the Profundity to counter Leviathans. Like very reliable, use it all the time. Endurance does it as well, but Endurance also counters Executor. So kind of have to like choose. So it's all like a puzzle piece, right? You got to fit all the pieces in. All right, Scythe. What it pains me to see the how useless Empire fleets have become. They're still good. I mostly use Executrix now, honestly. Like I use Executrix to beat Malevolence, or I use Executrix to beat Profundities on occasion, but it sucks. I only use Chimera now to pretty much counter Radis. How the Mighty Have Fallen. These are still good ships. Like especially if you have the Empire fleets, they're still useful because sometimes, like if you face FU fleets, you'll have to, do you have a plan on how you can beat all 3 enemy fleets but still have a premium defense? Because yeah, you can bring your fleets, your strong fleets on offense and just counter theirs. But if someone puts FU fleets down, then having something like Executrix and then Chimera for cleanup is really important. And for Executrix to counter the Profundity, all you need is the Reaper, Scythe, and Shuttle starting, and then you reinforce with the Bomber, and that's pretty much it. Like that's all you need. So, and that saves you the, oh, I'm sorry, not the Reaper, the Starfighter, Scythe, and the Shuttle starting, and the TIE Bomber, and the reinforcements. The Reaper, the TIE Fighter, and TIE Advance start, and then TIE Interceptor and TIE Defender reinforce for the Chimera fleet. And that way, if for some reason you have to clean up an Executor and you get rid of the punishing one, you can use Chimera to do that. So this fleet is still useful, and especially farming the Emperor Shuttle, the TIE Reaper, and the Starfighter, they're still useful ships. Same thing as the TIE Interceptor, all still useful ships. So and that's if you want to put a premium defense down. If you don't care and you just put whatever down on fleets and you bring your strongest fleets and you win on the ground, then that's what you can do as well. But if you want to have the option of having strong fleets, then believe it or not, every single ship in the game is important. Same thing as Rex. Like for the endurance counter to work, you need Rex. Like, Rex is an important part of that fleet, and he needs to be strong enough to survive. Like, the endurance is very, very important right now in the fleet meta because it counters the two best fleets in the game, Leviathan and the Executor with Punishing One. So not having that is making you take stronger fleets on offense because you can't off meta counter. And if you can off meta counter, then you can put your strong fleets on defense and bring and you can bring your off meta counters to win. So I think it's a better trade-off to have a strong fleet defense, but have the ability to clean any or to beat any fleet in the game. And then, yeah, like, because Rex's fleet, or Rex is the tank pretty much, like he takes it. Because even if you use the Negotiator starting, Rex's ship is still the start that you use because it takes all the damage so that you can survive. Because you go Rex, Baron, Marauder, and then Rex kind of lives for a little bit until you can get the Ebenhawk out, and then you second reinforcement with I may be a little off on the Negotiator, but I think that's how you still do it too. I'd have to refresh. This is why I get mixed up all the time, but I'm pretty sure that's what you do. Like, still Ebenhawk first, Anakin second, because if Anakin's out there, he's really, oh no, I think for the Negotiator he's first. No, I'm thinking of the Leviathan counter. Leviathan, Anakin starts out, Marauder puts him under stealth. Yeah. Because Negotiator, the problem is with the Punishing One, you can't bring out Anakin because you can't put him under stealth because of Punishing One. So that's why you need the Rex's ship to soak up all the damage because he gets targeted first. So that's why you need Rex. Yeah. Hey, Rescue Panda, how's it going? So Rex is still important. Even I don't have 501st, I still leveled up Rex because it's important for me for fleets. And you should prioritize, if you farm Executor, if you farm Leviathan, if you farm Profundity, and you're using the Negotiator or the Endurance counter, you should prioritize at least getting Rex to Relics, even if you don't have the 501st, because he's good. And the good thing too is if you do that, then you also get, if you have it, Rex 5s. So then you can go Rex, and then 5s and 3s. All you do is you put one Zeta on 5s, and that's a premium defense. So you're losing out on Rex 5s right now and 3s just because you don't have Rex. So it'll give you a great 3v3 team, and then it'll give you the tools you need to counter the Executor on offense in any form. Yeah, so something to think about as well. Not just like meta farms or whatever. Farming for fleets is also important. I do think getting your Profundity to 7 stars quicker is important, but I would just finish all the stars on all your ships. All of them. Like, if there's no reason you shouldn't be able to farm them. So farm all your ships. They're all important, believe it or not. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 GLs. You're missing some good GLs. Lord Vader, Ahsoka. Who else? So Rey, SLKR, JMK, Leia. You're missing some bangers. You're missing some absolute bangers right here. I would still fix your fleets real quick. It doesn't take Rex is an old character, so it's not that hard to get him up and running. All right, so what are you currently working on? Because it could be a lot of stuff that you're missing. Let's see. Bad Batch. Your Bad Batch isn't being worked on. You don't have Lord Vader, so I'm sure you're not prioritizing the new Empire, even though they'll probably be pretty decent under a Tarkin lead, and you need them for the you need them for the new raid too. So it seems like a lot of you guys are going to be caught with your pants completely down for this new raid. It really does seem that way. It doesn't seem like you guys are prioritizing the raid whatsoever. You got to farm your shards. You got to farm your shards. If you guys aren't, like, shard farming takes a while, and shard farming for this new raid is going to take a while. There are absolutely raid units announced. There's 3 teams or 4-ish teams that have kind of been announced. So we have the Keller and Beck Jedi Vanguard-ish team. We have the we have the new Bad Batch team. We have the new Empire team with the clones. So out of all that, what can you bring up right now? Like Keller and Beck, Jocasta New, the new Bad Batch you can have almost farmed. Empire, Beck isn't? I think Beck is going to be in there. I do. He's Vanguard. He may or may not, but there's a pretty good chance Beck will be in there. It's also, I think Beck will be in there. My understanding was he was announced, but I think he'll be in there as a lead for the Jedi Vanguard until we get the new mace. Yeah, I'm not saying yeah, you can't, but you can farm most, or you can farm half of them right now. Like you could have Hunter Mercenary, Batcher, Omega Fugitive. The fact that she's 4 stars means that this player isn't farming them whatsoever. Hey Hugsy, thanks. So I would start farming these guys. And then Empire, yeah, this isn't free to play. I totally understand why you wouldn't have these. Jocasta New, you could have geared up. I have Jocasta New geared up as well. So I think Keller and Beck is going to be there. Personally, I think he's going to be in the raid. Yeah, he was in this last raid, but it makes a lot of sense that he'll be in this new raid. He's Jedi Vanguard. I think it's not that hard for them to say he's going to be in there. Oh. Speculation, I guess, but I think he'll be in there, personally. So I wouldn't take on any big farms right now other than that. Like if you're finishing your Bo-Katan Mandalore, then finish your Bo-Katan Mandalore, and then you need to go immediately into raid prep. So you can do that if you want to get your Bo-Katan Mandalore up and running. So and then go into raid prep. That's what I would do farming wise. You can fit Rex in there. I would prioritize Rex. Like you can go Bo-Katan Mandalore, Rex, raid prep if you want to. I think having that that fleets counter is very important. Like not being prepared for fleets is a big deal. Yeah, see, R2D2 is in both. I'm calling it. Maybe in 2 months, if he's not in there, you guys can come back and be like, oh ho ho, Captain Amazing, look whose prediction was wrong. But I'm calling it. I think Beck's in there. I thought he was called like named as in there. But if he's not, I'm speculating that he will be in the raid, personally. Yeah. So, and Poncho Bros. Like, I don't know if you're gonna have the bandwidth to do Poncho Bros, but if you have the time, I would take them to Relic 7. You don't even need like you don't even need Zetas, I think, to get the event done. So it's wild that you don't have your Poncho Bros up. So Rex, Poncho Bros, Bo-Katan Mandalore, raid prep is what I would do. And I think you have enough time if you start farming your shards now to finish that small amount. Like it'll take you 1 or 2 months to do this stuff, and then you can jump into the raid prep after that. But Poncho Bros, Bo-Katan, Mandalore, Rex, raid prep. But if you guys haven't started your raid prep, you need to start doing it now. Like you shouldn't wait for the raid to come out for you to say like, okay, I guess I'm gonna go for the new Bad Batch, and then it's gonna take you, 3 to 6 months to farm all the shards. So I would start working on those shards now, especially since you have to like double farm them. So good Datacrons. All right, let's look at your mods. Not a good sign. That's okay. You need to find some better mods. Like his mods could be really good. This is an okay mod, but is it an SOKR mod? I don't know. I would have to look at your account. Same thing. Like none of these stats are really doing anything for him other than the primary and the speed. So this, you want multiple hits of offense when you 6-dot it. This is okay. This is pretty good. I don't know if you probably calibrated this to the max, but if you have any open ones that aren't too expensive, like I would probably spend a 40 calibration on this, to be honest. Like if you can 40 calibration potency to try to, because it's like a 50% chance you're going to either hit offense or speed. So I would do up to like 40s on that. And if you haven't done your 15s or 25s, 100% I would calibrate out that potency for some of that. You got to find a better mod than that. Balance. Gotta find balance in the force. This looks not bad. Protection. These are decent mods on JML. Yeah, over 550 speed, 1600 protection. No potency is killer. Hey, Dark Previous. Yeah. No potency is killer. Like you want like he likes potency. So in the future, if you find mods that like fit the bill and can give you some potency, that would be good. Even maybe changing these two to a potency set, like just these two to a potency set that also fits the bill of what you need, would probably do really well. Like you can keep these 4 down here and just look for potency set ones that fit the bill for there, and then that would like do what you need to do for JML. If I had your JML, I would probably change these. Yeah, I'm not saying Beck makes sense lore-wise too. I'm saying the fact that they made him the lead for Jedi Vanguard, right? Because there's no other replacement here for. I'm pretty sure there was. Where was the announcement? Can someone find the announcement for where they announced that Bad Batch would be in Raid? What was it? Was it a community post or Raid information update? Here, dev announcement. Let me find it. No, not that one. Anyone have where that was? Okay. Bad Batch Squad. I swear there was something that announced it. Maybe it was just like a video I watched or something. I don't know. Was that it? Was that the only thing we got? I don't know. It was a minute ago that I remember that. All right, but I'll just say that's what I think is gonna happen. Yeah, the new Bad Batch for sure. All right, so Jabba, health, speed, no real tenacity, which is fine. Yeah, this is fine. You need an arrow on him. Oh boy. This is muy mal. Alright, so no damage, very low health, barely over 500 speed. So this is like a clear work in progress. At least the ones you have 6 dot are okay. This one isn't really like a Ray mod because it just has like tenacity and protection, which does nothing for her. Believe it or not, this would be good on either, like, this would be fine on CLS or Chupio is what I would do with this. Like CLS or Chupio, this would be fine on, but I would not have this on Ray. Like obviously you don't have a replacement, so you want offense and speed here and health, which is hard, right? Because you only have like, you can't have 5 out of 5 on all 3 of those. You have to kind of have like a blend. But if you have like some health, some offense, some speed or something, I don't know, you just got to find a balance of that's why Ray is so hard, because she really wants 3 stats, like really wants 3 stats, and she doesn't want a speed arrow. I understand why you have it right now. Like I'm sure your Ray's okay right now, like barely usable, but yeah, health is okay. Speed's a little low, so I try to aim for 500 speed. Honestly, you could probably, health primary here is good too, but you can probably put a speed arrow here with some fatty health if you can't find, but this isn't doing you any favors. You can easily get a lot more speed here and then like health secondary here. That's probably better than what you have there. But ideally you want a health primary here, but this ain't it. This ain't it at all. So like speed arrow with some health, high health. You can find secondaries that have higher health than this. And then from there, when you find the health primary with decent speed, then switch it out. Yeah, see, health protection or health here is good whenever you have it. So just works in progress. 345, that's fast for him. Yeah, still work in progress, right? You're just getting everything, but not bad. Not the worst mods. They're just not fully fleshed out. You have Jabba, and that's gonna help, but getting things like the Poncho Bros and the Imperial Remnant, when you can get this 3, like I wouldn't sleep on these 3. You can farm the shards on them so that you can get them up and running. So these 3 and the Poncho Bros, like that's 2 mods a month that you're missing, and then 2 6-dot mods. Also, it gives you a lot of other resources. So and the big thing you're missing too is credits. Like your credit, you probably haven't broken the credit crunch in your account, so you probably can't buy as many mods because I all my money right now I got from pretty much those 2 assault battles. That's it. Like all this week, like it just gave me a ton of money, and all this money that I get fuels me for the month from those 2 assault battles, so I can buy mods. So you may have 50 mil right now, but if you were buying mods consistently, then you can have more mods, and then you're working mods. So hey Ignards, yeah, I plan for today to be a little long. I don't know how much longer I'll go, but it's my first day back, so yeah, I just wanted to sit down and have a chat with you guys, roast some rosters. Yeah, but that's it's a Discord, but that's what I got for you, Quentin. That's what I would recommend. All right, Omega. Hope that helps. But I would definitely try to fit in the Poncho Bros first. Start farming the shards for the Imperial, and this is why it's important to always farm your shards first. Or farm shards, and that's why I prioritize farming shards. There's only so many characters in the game. believe it or not, you can farm all the shards in the game faster than you can gear and do all your other stuff. Like you can get to the point sooner or later, like if you keep playing, where you have no more shards to farm. It takes a while, it takes some time, but you should prioritize what's important to you first. But the Imperial Remnant team is worth farming. It's not great. Like, don't get me wrong, Poncho Bros are great. Imperial Remnant, not great. They can clean up some Jabbas. I don't know what else they can do. They're really not great. They pretty much don't make a team. They fall under two other teams. Like Enoch goes to TMG, which he elevates that team, and then the other two go with the Great Mothers, and they elevate that team. So they have homes, and if you don't have those homes ready for them, I can see why you wouldn't prioritize them. But in 3v3, they can still clean up Jabba. In 5v5 too, maybe just throw it on auto, and they just like chew up through a solo Jabba. And if you're using the Night Sister counter, then that can be a reliable way to like two-shot Jabba. So they're not a complete waste, but the assault battle is 100% worth it for them, especially for Poncho Bros. Prioritize those. All right, Omega, you said you gave me some more context, so let me look at it real quick. Okay, I like your plan. I like your plan, going for Dre, then new Bad Batch. Like, Dre is good. She's a very strong character. She elevates Lord Vader. You don't see them on defense anymore. Like, people pretty much stopped doing that. So, yeah. For the free ones, Dark Previous, I would just roll the wheel. I do have to go and update my my Excel tracker, because my Excel tracker also filters out like duplicates, and I'm pretty sure you were already on my list, or my wheel, Dark Previous. So I just have to update I haven't logged into Excel forever, so I have to like figure that out. But the next time I stream, I should have that all figured out, and then we can do that. Egnards goes on YouTube. All right, so this is fine. Just get it up and running as soon as you can. Fix the mods, whatever. Let's look at your Bad Batch. Okay, I'm lightly working on them. Just fine. Just waiting on the stars. Hunter Mercenary should probably be finished soon. Omega Fugitive, you didn't prioritize her early, but there's no like Crosshair. So because if Crosshair is Cantina, right? If Crosshair is Cantina, and that means he's going to be farmable really quick. We don't know how he's going to be. So if you're waiting for Crosshair to become farmable before you farm them all, if he's Cantina, that means he's probably going to finish before you finish Wrecker and Batcher and Omega. So farm these three right now. Double farm them if you can. And then when Crosshair comes out, and if he's a hard farm, then hey, no big deal. You just have to farm him. And if you have to, then maybe you could triple farm him if the others are finished. But if he's a Cantina farm, he's going to finish before these three, and you're only putting yourself back. So we don't know what it's going to, they've done like double Cantinas before. Like they did it for Night Sisters. So, so we don't know, but it's possible it's a double Cantina farm for Hunter and Crosshair, or it might just be a hard farm. I don't know. But what I'm saying is we don't know. So you should be double farming. If you're farming Bad Batch next, you should be double farming Omega, Wrecker, and Batcher right now, and then finishing Hunter, and then being ready for Crosshair. And if Crosshair is a hard node, then you can kind of figure out how you want to do the others once we know that. But right now, it's best to prepare for any outcome as far as what it's going to farm. Yeah, Poncharbos were Cantina, I think. I don't know, it's been a minute since I... Yeah, they're both Cantina. So you don't know. Alright, so you have some things sitting here. Grand Inquisitor, Captain Rex are pretty good. Same thing, you have the Captain Enoch squad. But right now, I don't think you're going to have the bandwidth to really farm shards, because you have to like prioritize. And Bad Batch is going to be the priority, right? But after that, it's going to be the Empire team, the new ones that fall under, because I'm sure they're going to be a banger team even with, where is he at? Tarkin. I'm sure under Tarkin they're still going to be able to do some stuff. So I'm sure people are going to want him, especially if you have Lord Vader. So your energy is going to go for that farm after that. And then once you farm with that, you're going to want to farm the Jedi Vanguard team for the new Mace one. So I think our energy is going to be pretty tapped for new stuff, and it's really hard to farm all that old stuff right now, just because if you want to do well in the raid, there's not a lot of old teams, it's all new teams that you have to focus. So right now it's really hard to focus on old stuff and new stuff at the same time, because if you're not double farming all the new stuff when it becomes farmable right now, then you're going to run out of bandwidth when you're starting to farm like 2 or 3 teams at the same time for the same energy, and they're all single shard farms. So that's why I think it's important to double farm what's farmable right now, and then double farm what's farmable next, and then double farm what's farmable after that, because you'll have the bandwidth to do it because of the release cadence. So you'll be able to double farm, get all your shards, and be ready once the new characters are farmable. And that should be your goal if you're planning to do well on the raid. And also, these new characters seem like they're good. Like the Lord Vader ones are absolute ballers. You don't have Lord Vader, but if you want the team to be ready for Lord Vader, or if you want the team for the raid, and you just have to look at like, what is your raid plan? Like, how much score do you need, and what teams do you need for that? So you're going to go for Bad Batch right now. Your R7 is probably safe, but you still need more. So if you did well in Conquest, maybe you can get Jocasta Nu, and maybe with some like jank Jedi Vanguard, maybe you can work something out and maybe get a passable score. But it depends on what your expectation is. At 8 million GP, I don't imagine your guild is going to want you to get like 8 million or plus 12 million raid score. Maybe 5, maybe 3 or something, I don't know. But you got to plan out how far in the raids you want to go, finish that, and then go back, and then you can work on old stuff. But everyone right now should be planning on how much raid participation do I need, and how much effort am I going to have to put into that raid to get that participation. And then once you have that participation done, then you can start working on old stuff, because raid currency is the most important thing in the game. Wat Tempor not having a Zeta is a pretty big deal, because you can use them with JML, you can use them even with SLKR. Wat Tempor is a super plug and play character, so that's a Zeta that is pretty useful. Of course, you probably want to get Darkside Ray up and running, but maybe before you start investing in like Bad Batch Zetas, I would say that's a good Zeta to throw on. Like, he doesn't need relics, he just needs that Zeta. That's it. Like, the Zeta is kind of like the entry. Yeah, he can still be pretty fast, and he gets like some bonus turn meter or something without it, but like the Zeta just makes it 100%. You just go first, unless there's like something else that counters that, like Han Solo shoots him in the face or something. But you know, how much is that going to happen? Okay, let's look at your fleets. So you're actually not that far from Leviathan. Do you have Leviathan? No, you don't have Leviathan. It would pop up here. Are you just waiting for Leviathan? Did you say anything about that? Did I keep playing? Yeah, I never stopped playing. I stopped content creation. I never stopped playing. So if you're in my guild, it would be seamless if I was just a player. Like, there is no difference. I did miss out on like 1 or 2 events or something, because sometimes I forgot. But that was it. Like a few days of TB or something. Alright, so I'm pretty sure you're done with your Leviathan prep, so you're just waiting for the event to come here. So that's good. Bounty Hunter. Punishing on 1 up and running. Yeah, so this is all good. Your fleets are good. Profundity. Radis, there's no reason you shouldn't have... Maybe you have all the shards already, but there's no reason you shouldn't have Radis at 7 stars. The event happens every day, and even with this level, you should be able to win at the bonus event. So finish your Radis. She's still a good fleet, like, believe it or not. So I have mine on defense just because the 3rd fleet doesn't really matter. And like, some people throw Malevolence on defense, but I think it's worth more to have Malevolence as a cleanup fleet than to have Radis. But Radis beats Malevolence on offense. Radis beats... Yeah, Chimera is good. It's not a priority, right? Like, this is already relicked. Prestige, you beat... No, Radis can clean up Executors. Radis can beat Malevolences. Radis can beat Finalizer. My Radis still holds. But I'll say this. There's certain bottlenecks for fleets because there's only so many ships. So Prestige, you break through with bottlenecks. Ship credits, you break through that bottleneck. Ship Omega is probably the last bottleneck you break with fleets. And that's pretty much it. But like, everything you'll break sooner or later. You just have to prioritize your fleets. So obviously he's going to go into Leviathan and go all in on Leviathan, and all his resources are going to go into that Leviathan. After that, depending on where if you don't have Galactic Republic. Alright, so you have the Marauder. If you have the Marauder, there's no reason that you shouldn't have, and I talked this about with Quentin too, Rex. So you need Rex for the Endurance and the Negotiator counter to Executor, because it's the most reliable off meta counter to Executor, even better than the Mirror. So you need Rex. Rex is important counters to that. So you should have in your plan somewhere, when are you going to get Rex up and running? When are you going to finish this 7th star on Marauder? These two are unacceptable things. When are you going to get the Prestige on Endurance and Negotiator? So Negotiator's pretty much built. This needs to be built more. Like, you should max out all these. Like, all of these abilities are used in the counters for Endurance. So like, Endurance afterwards would probably be a priority to me. Then you can start working on whatever else. If you wanted to work your because Executrix not built up and Chimera not built up. Both of them are still good. They both have still uses. TIE Defender, your TIE Defender, you know, like, it's hard to fit all these things in, but this is a really great ship. This is a really great character. So you just, I'm not saying you need to do all this right now, right? What I'm saying is you personally need to wait what is most important to you and then make that priority. So like, Leviathan should be your number 1. Your number 2, Endurance. Your number 3, maybe it's Profundity. Maybe you'll be in the place to go for Profundity after that, and you'll go all in on Profundity. And then 4, Executrix, then Chimera or whatever, you know. But Yeah, Executrix is good too. Like you can use Executrix to be Executor. I don't think it's as reliable as the Endurance, so I don't use it. I have the ability to, I just don't do it. So, but they're all useful, and you never know. Like fleets can always go sideways, and you should plan to farm all the ships in the game. You don't always have to prioritize it right now, but you should always be farming fleets. Always, always, always. Prestige, ship credits, ship omegas, shards. You should farm it all for every single ship. There's some GACs I won because it went down to like one ship, like literally down to one ship. That was it. And I like cleared it, and then I won, and I used every single ship in my arsenal. So you never know when you need all the ships. So I'm not telling you to prioritize one thing or the other than like Leviathan Endurance, and then after that make your priority list and then start working one fleet at a time. All right, so you really are lacking on GLs though, like you really are, and it should be a balance, like fleet GL, fleet GL, fleet GL, if you do want to do that, but you're really lacking on important GLs that you could be getting. And unfortunately, you do have to prioritize fleets, but you're really lacking on some GLs. I'm sure a lot of you feel it when you're at 8 million and you only have 3 GLs. I'm sure the opponents you're facing in Grand Arena have more than you, right? Like luckily you'll have Leviathan and Executor. You throw those on defense or one of them, you're probably gonna hold on fleets, but you're gonna struggle on the ground. So Ray's easy fruit to pick up, right? That's like low hanging fruit right there. That is a phenomenal GL, like excellent defensive GL. She's probably, to me, number 2 right now. Number 2 defensive GL, in my opinion. Number 1 being Lord Vader. So yeah, like Leia, you're probably pretty close to Leia. Close-ish. No, not at all. Sorry. Kind of, if you farmed her Marquise. Empire, Lord Vader, Separatist. Probably not close. Close-ish. Lord Vader. JMK is an option for you too. I'll say this. JMK, I love JMK. Big fan of JMK. I use JMK all the time. I don't think he's a high priority GL wise. Like for me, Ray, hey Icy Cannoli, thanks. Good evening and good morning to you probably. So you can deal with like 4 Zetas each and have a usable character. So 4 Zetas is fine, but it's better to have the GL with 4 Zetas than no GL at all, because you can skip out on the basic and you can skip out on this one, press the advantage, or the equivalent for Ray. So skip out on the basic, skip out on press the advantage. Same thing for C. You can skip out on the basic and then skip out, I don't know if it's like the first special, the one where it makes the tanks taunt. That's a waste of a Zeta. I don't even have that Zeta on C. My C has 5 Zetas. So sooner or later you'll want the basic on C because it spreads deception, but you can deal without it for a long time. So take those 2. If those are the 2 you're closest to, then get them. Grand Inquisitor, believe it or not, I think you can wait until you're closer to Reva. Like once you get Reva, you'll want Grand Inquisitor and Reva running, but Grand Inquisitor without Reva sucks. Like he's just not that good. After your raid. After your raid, you can get Ray and because the raid prep is going to give you the income to continue to build characters. So you have to have raid prep. If your guild is going to suck at the raid, then get good raid prep and then move guilds. So Second special? Okay. So second special then. But Rey, then C, then you can go into other ones. So honestly, I would probably finish Leia and Profundity. So I'd probably go Rey, C, Leia, Profundity, or something like that. Sooner or later, Profundity is probably going to get a lifter, just like we got for Punishing One. That's going to elevate it to like probably above what is the Executor right now. So, you know, you're gonna want all the GL ships. It's still good. Like I use Profundity to beat Leviathans all the time, so I think it's still a really useful ship. But yeah, that's what I would do. Rey, C, Leia, Profundity. Maybe some other stuff too. I would probably fit some. That's the list of GLs. I'm not saying you should only do those specifically, because there's other things you're missing too. Like Bo-Katan Mandalore is really important, and you should probably fit that in. But yeah, I'll get to your GLs. But like I would go like Rey, and then as soon as you can finish the shards on Bo-Katan Mandalore, then get Bo-Katan Mandalore. Then next GL, or if you don't have the shards ready, then you go Bo-Katan Mandalore, C, Rey, C, Bo-Katan Mandalore. You understand what I'm saying? Like shards are the most important part of farming character. I'll look at your mods here in a second, but that's why when I always farm the shards, and why I like focused my farming path and I created this farming tab, is because shards take forever, and you have to plan out your shard farming so that you can prioritize what order you're going to farm everything in shard wise, so that you know, okay, I need to farm all these shards, and then the farm after that I need to farm all these shards, and then the farm after that I need to farm all these shards. And that way, when you do that, then you can prioritize how you're going to farm. Because if you're like, okay, I'm farming Rey, but I would rather have Bo-Katan Mandalore than C, but I have 2 more months of shard farming for Bo-Katan Mandalore, but C's ready right now, I'll get C. And then same thing when I was farming GL Ahsoka. Like I didn't have the shards for GL Ahsoka, but I had everything ready for Lord Vader, so I got Lord Vader, then I went into GL Ahsoka because of shards. So you just have to prioritize what shards you have in your farms, and then you farm those shards, so that you should never be waiting for shards, or make your main farm something where you're waiting like more than a month for shards. So if it's like 1 week, 2 week, then yeah, that's fine. Just put all the effort into it. But if you're waiting, if you're just starting a farm and you're shard farming it, you're way behind the power curve, and it's your planning that has failed you. So you should never have your main farms be something that is just you're waiting on shards. All right, let's look at your GL. No, he doesn't have. They're saying that will be the Profundity lifter, is his ship. It's speculation. They're speculating that if that's true, like he's a conquest character, and if we get a conquest ship, I'm sure it's gonna be like an absolute bangerific. All right, let's look at your mods. Good health. Really good speed, crit damage triangle. Good man, this SOKR is fantastic. Excellent mods. I don't even have to look at the individual mods, but good mods. Very strong mods. This JML is R7. Okay, so R7. There's nothing you can do for an R7 JML, because these are good mods. Like these are excellent mods. Like you have no potency, which is not great. Good speed, excellent protection, but he's lackluster because he's not R9. The problem with JML right now is I can't recommend R9ing him, because there's so many other things that you need in the game before you would prioritize JML. Like if I just unlocked JML, I would not R9 him like at all. Like I want to R9 Leia, I want to R9 GL Ahsoka. I want an R9 Lord Vader, but they're not because I don't have the bandwidth. And unfortunately, I think you're a victim of that as well. So one day you'll get to the point where you're pretty much where I am at, where you have all the GLs, you have all the GL ships. Then at that point, you can start like once a month, take one GL one level higher. So once a month, take one GL to Relic 8, and then the next month, one GL to Relic 9 or Relic 8 or whatever. And then you would just prioritize JML for R9 first for all your GLs, because he is the most important R9 GL. Yeah, so yeah, Poncho Bros first, that's a smart one. Bodhi could be, it's possible. Like Dank Ideals has a jizzgasm in his pants if they made Bodhi Rook the lifter for the profundity. He would be, oh, he couldn't handle it. He could not handle it. So hey Shazrog, how's it going? But what I'm saying is, I forgot what I was saying. I got distracted by the Bodhi Rook comment. Oh yeah, so GL relics. So yeah, just slowly work on them. JML is probably the first one I would do when you have all the GLs, but I think it's more important to farm more GLs than to take your GLs to like Relic 8, Relic 9 until you have all of them. Like Relic 7 for the most part will make them all usable. And the big reason before to have JML R9 was to counter things like JMK and to counter things like Lord Vader, but he's not going to counter Lord Vader anymore. And JMK is kind of old news. There's plenty of other counters that can counter JMK that doesn't require R9 materials. So just not a priority right now, to be honest. Like I love them. I love my R9 JML. Love him to bits. But would I prioritize him right now? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. R8. I just R8'd my SOKR like an hour ago or something, 2 hours. So yeah, this is a good SOKR. I don't think he needs R8. It's good. Like GLs love R8. Like SOKR Ray love R8. Lord Vader would love R8. He would love R9 too, but he loves R8 too. Like if you kept him at R8, that would probably be fine too. But you need more. You need more. So I would rather you continue farming new stuff. In R7, honestly, unless you are like a mega well spender, R7 should be, even me, like I'm a light spender. I don't drop fat cash on this game. I just normal small amounts, Lightspeed bundles, and then $30 a month is what I spend. So I do not spend heavily to get R8, R9. That's like whale food. So if you're not legit whaling, then R7 should be your soft cap, and you should only R9. You should only do luxury R8s and R9s for a few reasons. Platoons, like if your guild is telling you you need to volunteer for one platoon or you have to do a platoon, then you have to do your platoon. It's the most important part of TB in Rise is those platoons. That's it. Like if you don't do your platoons as a guild, you guys aren't going to progress and it'll affect your income. And that income is important. Like it's a very important event. So platoons is important. Like I have an R9 Star Killer. I don't want an R9 Star Killer. I don't mind an R9 Star Killer, but would I rather have an R9 like Leia or GL Ahsoka or Lord Vader? Yeah, 100%. I would have kept Star Killer R7, but they needed platoons and I got Star Killer. So is it the worst one? No, absolutely not. That's a banger R9 for platoons. But sometimes you gotta R9 some garbage for platoons and you're taking one for the team. It's called being a team player. You just gotta do it, right? Other than that, requirements. You should not have any luxury R9s other than requirements. Other than if you wanted to do the Poncho Bros to R9, that's fine, because it's 2 R9s and they print R9 material, and you don't get that material anywhere else. I don't recommend the Imperial Remnant squad to R9 because that's 3 R9s and you get the same income as 2 for the Poncho Bros. But if you're like a Mega Whale and you want to R9 your Enoch and your Peridia team, go ahead. I just don't think they're as useful characters to be doing that unless you had DTMG and the Great Mothers. But still, I wouldn't say a necessary R9s. R9's Night Sister Initiate. Yeah. Hey, Iceman is Steel. How you doing, dude? Long time no see. Yeah, so that's why I said, like, Starkiller isn't bad. Not bad at all. So, hey, thanks for following, Tom. Like Malgus, some people R9 Malgus, some people R9'd. These are the real suckers. The suckers. Just the people who R9'd their Sith Assassin. They deserve everything they got. Those that just wanted to put their Leviathan on defense and have no one beat it, those guys are suckers. They deserve everything that they got. The fact that it's no longer even needed whatsoever for the fleet is hugely hilarious. The fact that some people are running around with their R9 Sith Assassin. I guess you can use them with Bane or something, but I think that's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious that they made this character completely obsolete. I still use my Sith Assassin in 3s with Malgus, so I usually go Malgus, Sith Marauder, Sith Assassin, and then that leaves like Relin, Malik, and Basilishan Fallen to take out the Great Mothers. So these 3 take out Great Mothers, and then Darth, Malgus, Sith Assassin, and Sith Marauder still take out some stuff. So yeah. Hey Trevor. Thanks. Are they a priority? Not at all. So I would say you should plan for it. And just like you plan for any other assault battle, like here, let's go back. Let's take it to the old school. Let's go back to the old, where are we at? Guides. Let's talk about this. Let's chit chat. Chitty chat. It's been so long, so I don't even remember where. Here, this. I don't know why it opened in Paint, but here, let's talk about this. So here, prior to my hierarchy of needs, guild income, right? So right now, everyone should be here. Guild income. I can mess with it. So this is a priority for everyone right now. May I highlight stuff? That's this right here. Boom. Guild income. That's the priority right now. That's where everyone is. That's why I created this, is because it always comes back and it changes. Like as the life cycle of this game goes, like you got to prioritize this. So guild income right now, that's where everyone is right now. Like no one has their guild income established yet. Like we all gotta get it. So that's what your priority is right now. Like right now, whatever you, and I can't tell you where to stop or where to start because it depends on your guild. It depends on your expectations, when they want you to, what score they want you to have and when they want you to have it. So we all should be on the early stages of getting ready for this guild income. After that, like assault battles, like we should be getting our assault battles in with these characters, like, but weaving them in with our GLs. Like, you got to weave it in. That's why it goes like this. So you fit in a GL or a GL ship, and then you fit in an assault battle. So you may have all these old ones done, but Peridia's in there now too. So you have to fit in that Peridia in between a GL or a GL ship. So I'm not saying it's a priority. So like, obviously people today haven't had their Poncho Bros, and that's why I'm saying, hey, farm your Poncho Bros, because you have to, you like, that's the best income. That's the best ROI for assault battles right now. Like, just knock it out. Those Poncho Bros are hugely important. Same as Jabba. Jabba's like very important. So if you don't have the Poncho Bros, then like, finish whatever you're doing, get Poncho Bros, do a GL ship, whatever you're doing. But like, first prepare for your raid, then you weave in these things: GL assault battle, GL ship assault battle, and you weave them in between your farms. So what I'm saying is, the Peridia, you don't have to do it right now, but you should have a plan on when you're going to do all these assault battles. And the Peridia one's pretty important. So maybe before you knock out like Grand Inquisitor, you know, before you do this guy, maybe you do Peridia Bros, and then you come back and you do, you know, the Night Sister one, and then you do whatever you're going to do. But until you have all of them maxed, then you gotta weave them in. You gotta. It's important. It's important income. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I created this hierarchy of needs, is because the game is always evolving. It's always changing. The new player farming guides get stale very quick. Hey Stopper, how's it going? But you can plan your assault battles in between GLs and kind of fit them in. Okay? And that's what I'm saying. That's where the Peridia stuff falls in, is it falls into there. Like, you have to build up assault battle, crystal income, your first GL ship, then you weave in assault battle GL, assault battle GL, assault battle GL. And you all have different accounts. You all kind of know what you need to do. So you just kind of have to make that judgment call of, when I tell you, here's your GL priority, you got to finish, you got to insert those assault battles in between those GLs. I told you guys I can grow hair. it's not as, I was like, hey guys, like, I grow hair. I know you guys didn't believe me, but here it is. Captain Amazing with hair. All right. So yeah, that's what you got to do. And then when you have all the assault battles, what I do then is I usually fit in, it's looking good on you, thanks. I did it because my wife doesn't care. She doesn't care if I have hair or not. And it takes time to get haircuts, so I didn't mind just shaving my head. That's it, just pure convenience. But I like my hair. There's nothing wrong with it. There you go, Quentin. I'm glad I can push you to be more aggressive with your mod usage. So yeah, so yes. Oh, but once you finish your assault battles, you also have to fit in things like TB income, platoons, fitting in ships, so Rex, like getting Rex in there. So Bo-Katan, Mandalore, those are things that you got to fit in. So do your raid prep, do fit in GL Rey whenever Bo-Katan Mandalore is ready, fit her in, and then go into and do another GL or a GL ship, then do Peridia Bros or another assault battle if you wanted to do another one, and then, you know, just kind of win. This is my real hair, dude. There's not wig. It's just there, you know. So, real. It's real hair. Yeah, so you gotta weave them in. I gave your GL priorities. Bo-Katan Mandalore, whenever you're ready for the shards, fit her in. Peridia Bros, whenever you have their shards, fit them in. Things like conquest characters, then maybe it's a good wig. Yeah. So conquest characters too, I try to fit in if they're like really good, like a Bane. I don't think you have Bane, so Bane is one of them. When you get Bane, you just got to fit him in there as soon as you can. Same thing for Malicos. Whenever you get Malicos, since you have Seer, you got to fit him in whenever you can. And you also have to look at your Zeta to Omicron income to see, like, hey, if you have 3 Omicrons and you have the bandwidth to knock out Malicos, then knock out Malicos. If you have 2, same thing for what do you call it? Where's she at? Do you have her? No, Quadme. If you get Quadme, then she's really important. So you can fit her in. So you gotta fit in those things. But you can add in like 1 character. So if you go like GL Assault Battle, you can fit in 1 extra character, like 1 that's like an important character, like a Conquest character or like a Bane or something, or a GL or Quadme. You can fit them into that lineup as well. So, but you have to like keep rotating so that you build a well-rounded account. You know what I mean? So Rex, like I would fit in Rex prior to, if depending on how your fleet is or how you're doing, maybe after your GL, like after Ray, I would go maybe Rex, and then whatever you're gonna do. So because he's pretty important for that fleet, very very important. And then if you have the let's go to your clone troopers. If you had Captain Rex in there, then he would be more important. But if you have like Phoenix, then Captain Rex is pretty good too. So you could fit in like Captain Rex into 1, you know, as your 1 character, and then after you do Rex, and then you have pretty much like a 3s and a 5s team, because he makes a really good team with Phoenix and 5s, and in 3s he goes with Rex 5s, and that's actually a really good team too. So that's just the way you got to plan these things out. Yeah, hope that helps. All right, let's look at these mods. 291, decent mods. For damage triangle, yeah, good mods there. Malik, I've seen different ways of modding Malik. I still have a tenacity build on my Malik. Just never changed it. I'm pretty happy with it. And if you go tenacity, you really don't have to give him great mods. I still think it's useful to have a Darth Malik that can solo, because believe it or not, he solos Seer Malicos' teams, especially in 3. So if you see like on defense, Seer Baby Cow, or Seer Crew Malicos, or like Seer Baby Cow Malicos, Malik solos it. So I still keep a tenacity set on Malik, because there's times in 3s especially where you like separate Sith Empire, and if you have like the Omicron for what's his name, the Wookiee dude that Revan goes with the what's the name? I just said his name not too long ago. So he goes with his own team now, but you have Malgus, who can go with Marauder and Assassin, but then you have Malik and Zalbar. So you have Basilishan Fallen and Malik just sitting there not being used. So you can throw them with Malgus, but then it doesn't really elevate the team that much compared to like Marauder and Sith Assassin. So, you know, yeah, Zalbar. So you gotta have different options as far as with this, because if you go with that split where Revan leads his own team and Malgus leads his own team, then you can take Malik to solo something, but it's if he does it with the tenacity set. So I still think it's worth having a tenacity set on Malik, just so he can solo teams for you, you know, Padme teams. But who the F sees Padme on defense anymore? I don't know, maybe in the lower ranks you will, but I haven't seen a Padme team in forever. But you know, something to think about. Yep. So that's pretty much all I got for you. Yeah, these roster reviews are really long, right? Like they're just I know I go on like crazy tangents on different stuff, but these are crazy long roster reviews. Like ridiculously long. Hey, heads and fails. Yeah, I do. If they weren't here live, then like Babu Frick, hey, 143222139 will get a tag, a tag on here so that they can get the timestamp. But I won't timestamp Quentin's or Omega's because they got it live. Holy man. Yeah, no problem. So there's two ways to get a roster review. So you can submit in my roster reviews here for a free roster review, or a premium. So if you donate more than $5, I'll give you a premium one. There's a link in the description for them as well. Sometimes people will just like do a super chat or something on YouTube too. Those are fine as well if you want to, if you're more comfortable with that. But there's like a link in the description too for donating. So yeah, so go ahead, and if you guys want to do that, you can. I am going to stop here shortly now-ish because I've been streaming for 3 hours and it's like hurting my throat. But I'll probably stream sometime this weekend too, some more roster reviews, maybe Sunday morning. If I'm not busy, I'll do some roster reviews. So no promises. I'll try to do my best. But if you want, by the next time I'll stream, I'll have my roster updated and I'll get everyone added on there. Otherwise, you can go ahead and if you want to donate, you can. Absolutely not a requirement. But otherwise, just submit for that free one. It may take some time to get it, but generally you probably will, law of average over time, get it. And then as I do my roster reviews, just for the, like sometimes I create content where I just make a video and it's just a roster review. I still spin the wheel for that. Or if someone donates when I'm not streaming live, then I just create a roster review episode just on that. So you guys are welcome to do that, whatever you want. So I'll try to be more active with my content. I will say that the end of May to mid-June, I have like, I don't know if you remember last time, where pretty much I was working like 14 to 16 hour days. That's coming up here shortly. So I'll probably have to take another 2-week break or 3-week break while I'm working those 14 to 16 hour days. But after that, I'll be back to streaming like normal. So yeah. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. I had a lot of fun. It's been a while since I did this. Honestly, I thought I would be really rusty, and I will tell you that hey Gramps, thanks. I'm having some trouble remembering some of these names, just because I really haven't in 3 months said a lot of these like more niche characters, you know, but it'll come back to me. How's Captain doing? So Captain's doing well. He's still hanging in there. So he is still 13 years old. So he's like 13 and a half years old now. So he's getting older, but he's just like on a lot of different medicines. So but he's just got a haircut. Maybe I'll post it in the Discord. But he's doing well. He's hanging in there. He's doing his best, living his best life. So yeah, thanks for asking. He's doing well. So no issues with Captain. He's still just hanging in there, relaxing. It's been raining lately and it's really hot, so we've been walking with him in the morning. So other than that, it's been pretty chill. We've just been relaxing at home. All right, so thanks everyone for hanging out. I will see you all next time. It's Friday, so I don't think anyone's going to be streaming right now. I will say that right after I end this stream, I'm going to release my account update video. So if you want to watch that, feel free. Otherwise, I'll see you all next time, everyone. Go ahead and take care. Thanks for hanging out.